all I remember is looking at myself from above, seeing my husband sitting there with Casper on his knee and my daughter standing, and it's as if it was yesterday, watching me, not knowing whether I was alive or not, and I was watching myself from above, and I just went, what the hell are you doing down there? And then I just went, oh no, that is not happening. I got up the next morning, my mum said, you look as though you've seen a ghost. I said, I've seen 200 and odd of them.
Wow.
It doesn't matter about me. I can work on me. Nobody else can work on me. I'll never forget my husband, and he still says to this day, is the fact that you can't love fully until you love yourself. And he came up to the gym counter, and I just said, hi, how are you today? I haven't seen you for a while. And he said, well, I've just come from the doctors. And I went, I see, are you all right? He said, oh, I've got to cancel my gym membership. I went, seriously, do you want a chat?
Yeah.
Do you want to come into my little office and chat? And he said, oh, I've been told to cancel my membership, so just cancel it. I said, can you talk about it? And he said, oh, I'm just on the verge of high blood pressure and my cholesterol's just off a little bit. So the doctors told me to cancel my membership because I can't exercise. This is what I'm battling with nearly every single day. But also, I mean, this is going really down the rabbit hole already. We're only 5 minutes in.
She's been around. That's 4 different countries, actually. And has personally loved every minute of it. Always participated in sport, dancing, gymnastics, horse riding to athletics. Married at 20. At a 12-week program and the first leg session and losing 12 kilos and lifting weights changed everything. Then enrolled to be a PT. Broke her arm, operated on, and then she died. Then undied, but saw it all. Back pain, depression, anxiety. That didn't stop her. Laughed while watching her first bodybuilding comp and hasn't stopped competing since, possibly still laughing. Gym owner, online coach, NAPA judge, competitor, life coach, counsellor, mum, wife, dog. Mum, dog mum, that's right. Cook, granny, daughter, sister. She sees opportunities every day. Help me welcome Joy Flint. How are you? We'll do it for you.
And the subtitles come up.
And the subtitles come up. How are you?
I'm absolutely blessed to be here. Absolutely. This is just incredible. Yeah.
No, we've had a great conversation downstairs, laughing our heads off, like wondering, you still don't know what you're doing, Steve.
No.
And it seems to be working.
We're in this together.
We're in this together. Life is like that. How good is it that now we usually do podcasts on a Tuesday. We've been regiment on that. Now hear me out. No, but we move it for guests as long as we do one podcast a week. So it's Tuesdays, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever it is, it's Tuesdays. And overseas, America, they might do, like it's their Monday nights or wherever in the world. And we, like I said, one podcast will move. And without sounding rude, if Ronnie Coleman said to me Saturday night or Sunday morning, 1 a.m., I'm doing a podcast with you, guess who's up at 1 a.m.?
You.
Yeah, but no one else really. It's got to be a real big superstar. Yeah. But we move things around for people. And what I'm getting to is how good is it that you pinned it right. You did a good job because it's the long weekend.
I know.
It's Friday. Sydney's put on I think, wonderful kind of autumny spring type weather today. It's not too hot.
No. See, I like the hot weather.
You like the hot weather?
I want the 42 degrees and out there.
No. But and here we are, like long weekend. It's amazing. I'm so grateful too.
It actually, the universe, because we haven't had a Christmas break at all because of having the gym. That's when we're quite busy with people from Sydney actually coming our end. So literally I switched the phone off on Christmas Day, but that's about it. I've been in at work every single day. Wow. So this was so good to have something to look forward to of just getting away. And I even brought a book with me. Whether I'll even open it or not, I don't quite know. But just to even have that, to just breathe just for a couple of days to then start afresh again next week. It's perfect.
It is perfect. That's what I thought. How perfect is that? And so here we are. So let's firstly, I'm going to go with your bio firstly. Your bio, right? So I want you to explain what this means to us. It says, living life as it comes. Tell us about that.
I just don't fight anything. I think I don't know whether it's an age thing or maturity, is the fact that I never look back either. I just think that's quite a negative thing. And I always look forward. There's always an opportunity. Every morning I'm so blessed to be able to wake up and I just look at what the life that I have lived, and sort of everybody says, oh, what's been your best bit? Every bit's a best bit, because it's how we perceive it as well. It's the fact that everybody will see it differently. It's like moving around 4 different countries. In fact, it was 4 countries in 8 years. So we only even had 8 weeks of moving to Australia, and we had 2 cats to get ready with their passports, 2 children to get ready.
What, cats get passports?
Absolutely, cats get passports. We had an issue with one where he escaped and he didn't get on his plane. And then the other one was when the volcano went off over Iceland, was a day we were due to fly to Australia. And she had flown ahead and she got caught in that volcano ash. And then she got stuck in Hong Kong, I think. Yeah, but they have their own passports. But going back, so I just look, and I haven't got a best bit, because every bit is, I don't know. I mean, the Danes are a little bit different as well. And then obviously being Scottish, we're all different. But I just look at, we've all got, we just have to go with what's in here. We all have shitty days. Oh my God.
Oh, yes, of course.
But at the end of the day, if you can go to bed and put your head in the pillow and show gratitude for something that happened, that's what you've always got to remember.
How do you do that? Like, I know, I guess you're right. When's your birthday?
May. I'm a Taurus.
You're a Taurus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually Kelly that makes the balls, her and I are very, very similar, and we are Taurians. And
yeah, my sister's a Taurian too. Oh, I know. Look, stubborn, yeah, of course, stubborn.
Always right.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, 100% right. You're right. You are right. But I think that's. I have the same philosophy. I don't look back. I don't regret, and I don't want anything to change.
No.
Meaning, I want my future to change. I want to.
But we can't even
know and don't know.
But we not necessarily can't control that either.
Yeah.
We can put it into place and manifest it, or whatever you want to call it, or and put, like with our discussion that we had about the podcast, you all of a sudden had this opportunity, you made it happen.
Yeah.
So it's the same every day.
Well, this week was crazy. If I told you, all right, because we like funny stories, and I know Joy, who's listening right now, is liking my funny stories, and we won't go into
no waxing.
Huh?
No waxing conversations.
We won't talk about it actually talk
a laser.
It will be about a car though.
Hey guys, Steve here. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. You know the drill. We'd love you to subscribe. We'd love you to hit the notification bell. Why? It gets us out there, allows us to go and get bigger, better, greater. We've already had some great guests, as you know, but we want to continue this. We want to continue this journey with you. So if you could, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified each time we put up a new podcast. Thank you for allowing me to take you away from the podcast. Let's get back to it.
I think they're not fighting it. I think that's something I've had to learn. I've been through, I mean, we can delve down that in later on, but I think the mental health side, I know my signals as well, and I know the trauma that can start, and I won't allow myself to ever go back there again. So now I just go, I can tell that this might be the slippery slope that I even had it a couple of weeks ago, where I felt that could happen again. And
what other signals do you see? What are they? There may be something because you're right. You're right. My psychologist told me sometimes when we drive off the cliff, we didn't look at the stop signs about
absolutely
5 kilometers away. And we ignore detour, stop,
and there's no way going back. You've gone over that cliff.
You're going like, I'm not paying, but you need to know amber lights. You need to go, okay, I'm seeing amber.
Yeah.
What do I do about it?
And that's exactly how I live every day now.
Okay,
and
it's amber lights.
There is something that happens every single day with my anxiety and everything else. Like even down to opening up my emails. I get really bad anxiety even opening up my emails. My own personal ones, not a problem. I just delete. They're all mostly spam ones. Anyway. Yeah. But to even see another failed payment, it just makes me feel so anxious. And I just think, how can I turn this around? Because that would have normally, and when it was a couple of weeks ago when I was going through a really bad week, that spiraled me. Where today I'm just like, it's another failed payment. I'll deal with it next week.
It's.
So I think it's learning the cues. And with your psychologist of seeing it's the amber light, take note of that amber light.
Yeah,
and how I say to people is, you wouldn't drive a car with a light flashing and just pull the light out and just ignore it. It's exactly the same. And that's how I look as an analogy, is the fact that I've got that flashing light. It's like an injury. Sometimes you know that something is going to happen, or you get a sore knee and you just ignore it and you keep pushing through and pushing through and pushing through. That's a signal. That's like a light going off. So as long as we're aware, and I think people that out there that are aware of mental health as well and have been in those dark places, I think if you're aware of those signals, it pulls you back a little bit if you're strong enough.
Yeah, I think, yes. No. It's like I said, it's the amber lights. It's knowing, all right. But I think and again, through seeing a psychologist, and I believe psychologists, when they're good ones, like everyone, if they're good ones, and they are good ones, they're a personal trainer for your brain.
Yeah.
So when someone comes to you, usually they're either overweight, don't have a good diet, or they've got skinny fat going on, all this kind of stuff, right? Whatever they're doing. But the reason they've come to you is they're hoping not only your training, but your education and time they spent with you is going to put them in a direction that possibly, which is when I did the PT course back in my 20s, they used to say, you don't want someone forever. What you want is to get them to a point where they're self-sufficient and they talk about you.
Absolutely.
So when someone says, oh, I can't do this, they go, oh, Joy helped me.
Yeah.
Look at me. Joy did it. Yeah, here's her number. Call it. And your clients come from the best recommendation.
Yeah.
That it's a standing person looking amazing, and they're not like, I'm hanging on to them because I need their $100 every week.
I actually never have thought about the money at all.
Yeah, but
I mean,
but you know what I'm trying. People keep people there because they don't want to let them go, but it's about letting them go. So my psychologist, imagine if she still needs to see me every week after 10 years. I mean, she's failed in a sense, right? She's failed in a sense, right?
Your coffee's not strong enough. You need a stronger coffee if you're still going to your psychologist 10 years later.
10 years later, but
because you have to learn the tools yourself, and also you have to want to change deep in here. And I think that is my hardest and most frustrating thing, is I see society is definitely changing, and unfortunately people are wanting the quick fixes now.
Yeah, 100%.
Social media is causing a massive problem as well of expectations. Also
dopamine hits. I get dopamine hits, and I think I've already achieved everything in the day. I've gone, oh, Chris, that went to 1,000 views. We're done. Nothing need to do today. We're winners. It's a dopamine hit that is lying to us.
Absolutely.
And we forgot the dopamine hit of getting up and moving, and the day finishes with wins along the way.
Our own self.
Outside of social media.
Absolutely. I think we're also, I mean, this is going really down the rabbit hole already. We're only 5 minutes in.
Chris likes a long podcast.
We're battling other stuff that's going on in the world with the pharmaceutical world, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm not going to even delve deep into that because I'm not a doctor, I'm not anything else, and I don't. Yeah. But from what I see is, for instance, I had a guy come in last year, and I know him personally as well as being a gym member, and he came up to the gym counter, and I just said, hi, how are you today? I haven't seen you for a while. And he said, well, I've just come from the doctors. And I went, is everything all right? Because that's the first thing I see. Are you all right? He said, oh, well, I've got to cancel my gym membership. I went, seriously, do you want a chat?
Yeah.
Do you want to come into my little office and chat? And he said, oh, I've been told to cancel my membership, so just cancel it. And the first thing I do, I'm not a salesperson. I actually hate sales completely. Yeah. Everybody that walks through my gym is wanting to be there. I've never sold a gym membership at all, ever. It's about, and I even say to people, just come in and train a couple of times because it's got to be the right fit for you, because there's other gyms round about me that might suit you better. Yeah. And they're like, really? You're actually saying that? I said, absolutely, because I want you to feel comfortable in your skin walking through the door every single day. But anyway, this guy came up and he's handed his key back, and I said, no, you've still got 30 days. Unfortunately, the contract's 30 days cancellation period. And he said, oh, but I won't be back. I said, can you talk about it? And he said, oh, I'm just on the verge of high blood pressure and my cholesterol's just off a little bit. So the doctors told me to cancel my membership because I can't exercise.
Yeah, crazy, man. Isn't that crazy?
This is what I'm battling with nearly every single day.
And to be honest, just because you're into fitness and just because I'm into fitness, like bodybuilding, just for Chris and your members, that's still a small number of people the number of people that the world's being neglected. That the world out there has been given a pill for the quick fix to numb their lives.
Yeah.
And that's what it does. I got the pill. Don't worry, I did not know. I was 40 years old. My ex-wife and my doctor prescribed it to me, and I believed them. Believing. I think you heard the story where I said the guy that was giving me financial advice had a Kia.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is my doctor, Chris, has got a Kia,
bloody
by the way.
Kias.
But his sports
Skodas,
GT.
Kias.
Yeah. He's got a GT one. And actually, I'm seeing it around everywhere. But I don't know why. It's, what a big deal. But anyway, that's another story. But I trusted a doctor that doesn't go to the gym, doesn't exercise, and a woman that doesn't eat as healthy as me and doesn't exercise, doesn't have those disciplines. And I accepted the pill, and I not only became them, I became worse. And I think that's the problem here in this world is, it's not about, like someone said that doctors, when they do their medical, like when they go to university and study medicine, there's zero nutrition in it.
Absolutely.
There's zero exercise in it.
I see America's changing that, which is amazing.
Yeah, great for Kennedy, But the thing is, I think that, imagine that. And even when I had Dr. Testosterone on, right? You probably heard me say, come on. Like, sure, we can give everyone TRT. Go on, you overweight guy, TRT.
Yeah.
You, skinny guy, TRT. You don't even lift weights, TRT. And you're going to be like a man. But I said and you heard me question, we do need to firstly tell people, are you eating well?
Absolutely.
Are you healthy? Are you moving?
What's your lifestyle like? What is your home life like? Because it can actually even just be down to the fact that maybe you need to chat about your relationships. Yeah. So with this guy, the first thing I said was, let's have a chat. Do you want to actually talk about your diet? Because maybe I can help in any way, shape or form. But unfortunately, I think that is the most... I take it on too much and I feel quite physically sick sometimes because I'm so frustrated. It's the fact that I do roll my eyes and see my brain quite a lot. And I think my expressions of people go, I saw what you thought. And it's like, oh, sorry, I didn't really mean that. But I just can't help it because I just want everybody to feel happy and healthy. That's all I care about. It's not about the money. It's about making sure that every single person have the opportunity to feel good.
Yeah. I'll say this, Joy, and what I've come, again, through my psychologist, not because she sat there, I guess I was a good student. Yeah. And also I actually did... it's going to sound, I did see my psychologist for 10 years, but not every year, not every week. There were times where I'd go, I felt great, but I was questioning parenting because I was divorced, and what's a divorced dad like? Yeah. So I'd go.
The amber lights went off.
Yeah. So I went and booked in with a psychologist, and I was speaking about parenting, parenting separated parents. Not many people do that. And I was also I've actually went and saw her one time telling her I feel good because I think she needed to hear that. So I booked in.
I think that's lovely.
And I sat down and I said, I feel great. I just thought I'd come and have a chat with you.
That is a really nice thing to do.
Yeah, I don't think anyone realises that you can't.
Because maybe she was having a shit day.
Yeah, but also... And
maybe you made her day by just even taking that time out of your world and saying, thank you, I actually feel great.
Yeah, and also I wanted to know, true. But also wanted to know in that hour, is there going to be a conversation that we may need to still be addressing that I didn't know, even though I'm... Like, I'll give you an example. You can win lotto the day before you're seeing your psychologist and go in and say, I'm on top of the world, I'm really great. And then she goes, all right, let's put lotto aside.
How are you really feeling?
How are you feeling? And then you find out in that session that you still need a bit of help. You might have the money.
Doesn't solve everything.
Yeah, so the thing is, I think that's what I'm trying to say. People just... It's not just about being in the dumps to go see a psychologist. A psychologist should be at amber lights. Should be a little bit earlier than that. And the last thing I was going to say is, I learned again from my psychologist, is we don't feel emotions. So,
as a man or as a female?
But no, both. I'll give you an example. No, both. What I'm saying to you is, one time, Kiara, my girlfriend, she was having a bad morning. We probably could have had an argument over it, but I could have said to her, just get over yourself. But I said to her, what do you think it is? I just, like I said, in general. And she goes, I didn't sleep well. I had a migraine. And I said, and that's enough. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, you can kick the cupboards.
Yeah.
You can kick stones all day. If that's all you need to say that I didn't sleep well, then we need to accept it so you can move on. But you're trying to find that you need the world to have split in two.
Yeah.
That it's raining, thunder, you fell out. Like, it's got the smallest thing when you accept that made me sad and you've pinned it for even as little as it is, small it is, you get past it and then you find happiness. But we're trying to work out, why am I feeling bad? Why am I feeling bad? It could be you just didn't sleep well.
Absolutely. Or you ate a shit meal the night before.
Yeah, 100%.
If you had a bar of chocolate, I know that if I have something off plan, which doesn't happen a huge amount, but if I have something on a Saturday night because I feel as though I deserve it, which I'm not a dog, I don't deserve a treat. But I wake up on a Sunday morning and I feel as though I've been drinking all night, and I don't drink. So that is horrible. My energy's dropped. My mood is not great either. And it's not that I feel guilt with the food, because I don't. I think you have to move on from that. I've never felt guilty about eating that.
Yeah, no. Well, look, yes, I want to segue. What is this? What am I about to eat? What's this cookie?
Well, I wanted to do a bit of a blend of obviously a bit of Scottish in there as well. Okay. So I mixed, so it's Scottish shortbread with Biscoff Cadbury's.
Chris, you want one? Chris is later.
But there might not be any later. So it's like pure butter, pure made with love. Yeah. No, because I this is my love languages. And I find it funny because people are like, are you going to eat some? I said, well, I did trial it, but during prep I wouldn't touch anything like that. But I still baked and cooked because I love just giving, because I know the plate. And I actually remember one of your podcasts saying that you love sweet treats, but if you buy something, it's just not the same, and you've got to have home baked things. And I'm like, yep, exactly the same.
I go over someone's house and someone will say, oh, do you want the cheesecake? Yeah. And I go, no. And they go, my mum made it. I go,
yes, please. Give me a piece. Give me the whole thing.
Why?
Yeah.
I already know the one ingredient that you can't buy is love.
Absolutely.
And
right.
I go, what? That's got love in it. I need the love.
Yeah.
So that's a song too. Bring me the love. I think that's part of the song.
Yeah.
So and
you can tell the difference.
No, you can tell.
I mean, even if you like, I know some people that say they've made their stuff from home and then you find the packet in the of box mix of the brownie, where like so the other day I just wanted goat's cheese and I went home and I thought I want crackers, but I don't want shitty bulk crackers. So because I make sourdough all the time, I looked up sourdough crackers, and within 15 minutes I was eating rosemary and sea salt crackers with my goat's cheese. It's that easy.
Isn't
Is that good?
Isn't cooking?
I think you liked that, didn't you?
I did. How therapeutic is cooking?
Meaning, love it.
Isn't it also a bit? Isn't it a bit like art? Like
it's
I feel like it's art.
It's that side of your brain, though. It's like a language, arts, cooking, language is all that side of your brain. And how I knew that about is my kids opening that side of the brain with speaking another language. Is the fact that then they were really good at other things. So my daughter then went on to teach herself the keyboard, because that she'd already stimulated with teaching her that side of the brain to work. It's all down. So you're either good at maths or English. That's the two sides.
I'm probably good at maths.
Yeah, my husband and my son.
I never knew I was good at maths, but I've realised maths is a language, and everything is
algorithms.
It's like it just tells you.
Yeah.
Because it tells us even our age.
I was kicked out of my maths class.
I was kicked out of every class. Well, just before because I don't like missing, what language did your daughter or kids learn?
They were brought up in France. So we lived in Paris for 5 years. So they went to a bilingual school, which was awesome. So I'll never forget, after 2 weeks, we said to our daughter, she was supposed to be in a bilingual class, and she said, I haven't understood a word for 2 weeks. And I went, but what about your English teacher? She's been on holiday. And it's like, I felt so sorry for this little girl that was just sitting there. But you know what? It was the best thing for them to be completely immersed. And it was great because my son actually learned to read in French at the same time he was learning to read in English as well. So he learned both at the same time. Where my daughter already knew how to read in English, so she had to pick up another language. But they spoke so beautifully. They spoke in the proper French accent that French actually thought they were French. We were sitting in a restaurant in Paris, and Charlie and I were speaking English to each other, and by that stage sometimes the kids would speak to each other in French, which we banned. We were just like, no, amongst us you speak in English, but when we're speaking in French you speak French. So we're sitting at this restaurant and they started to bicker in French. And we could tell the couple next to us were very confused with us speaking English, but then us speaking French to the people around us, but then speaking English to our children, but they were speaking back to us in French and we were saying, no, speak English. They actually thought we'd kidnapped them. It was really bad because they were in the verge where they were really concerned that we'd stolen these children. So because we could feel that they were apprehensive around us, and we just happened to turn around and my daughter overheard them because she's understood them and said, they think that we're not yours. And it's like, we better explain, look, they are our children. You can tell by the way they look, but this is the circumstances that we are. We live here, we speak French and English, and they speak in the perfect French accent. Yeah.
That's hilarious. It's like the movie Taken or something
Yeah,
like that.
I think that was about the right time. So and because the very
Jason
first,
Bourne.
yeah, I think one of the Takens was filmed in France, and I think it was about the right time where I think everybody was a little bit aware, and it's like we could just sense the fact that. But my daughter was quite funny because she would speak to us in very English accent, but then she would hear other people talking about us or something like that, and she would say to them in French, I understood every word you said, and they would be like, "Ooh."
Yeah, well, because I can speak Greek and understand Greek. Some people wouldn't know, and they talk in Greek, thinking I don't understand, and I go, no, I can understand everything.
It's quite a secret tool.
It is a great tool. It is a great tool. I want to just quickly tap back to, you know how you said sometimes when we eat something or we deserve it, but we feel the next day. So I've combated that. You want me to tell you what I do?
Yeah.
All right.
Have an Alka-Seltzer.
No. I meditate on it. So what I do is I have it as a tattoo. I have spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. That sits there all the time.
Yeah.
So when like I said, I had this. Let's say I had a burger, and I'm like, I really didn't need that burger, and I stop and I go, okay, that burger has come into my body, and my body will embrace it with love.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying to you. I meditate for a minute on it, and I say it's going to help me spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally.
And it was bloody awesome.
And whatever my body doesn't, this is what I say, whatever my body doesn't need, we'll let it leave without any harm.
I like that.
So in other words, I say I'll embrace it.
Yeah.
My body will utilize everything it needs from it, and that what it doesn't, we'll let it leave my body, which obviously we know how things leave our bodies, but without any hindrance, stress, or harm to me.
Oh.
And I'm done. If I've said that,
I like that.
Yeah, and every time, so if I've gone and smashed burgers or smashed drinks, I know I'm going to damn myself the next day, so I close my eyes and I bless it, and I say I'm done. I can't do any more than that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because people say, oh my God, you've lived this, and you're a bodybuilder. And I said, I'm actually don't like labeling at all because I don't see myself as a bodybuilder at all. Yeah, I build my body, but I build my body for longevity. I'm not, the competing is just another part of me that I do, but that's not me. That's not my life. Because I've lived this lifestyle, I would say, since I was a child. Because I now look back and I reflect and go, oh my God, I remember my mum cooking something. I think it was like baked bean pie. And it would be square sausage, which we don't have in this country. with baked beans and then covered in puff pastry. And it was a big thing that if we had like 12 people staying with us, because my mum was much a cook and she loved entertaining. So sometimes we had a house full of 16 people. And that was the one thing that you could have hot or cold. So it could be sliced up for a picnic or it could be hot. And I remember going, I love the taste and I really look forward to it, but I just don't like that after, and I don't like the way that it makes me feel. And I remember even saying to my mum, Sunday, fried breakfast, I hated them. Sorry, Mum.
Yeah.
Never liked them because of how it made me feel.
Yeah.
So I was even well aware then, and my mum was very aware of how I needed fed often, the fact that I needed food every 2 to 3 hours. So this has been normal. This has been my life. So I just happened to fall into the competing world, not the bodybuilding world, but into the competing world and it became easy for me because I lived that life anyway.
Well, I think I'll just let you know, even if we don't call it a bodybuilding life, is actually your life. I'm just letting you know, hear me out, is actually your life. Competing and everything else around it is just is a destination you tap out to do. But
sometimes,
but your longevity is the fact that you push your body.
Yeah.
You push it beyond the limits it supposedly does, or a normal human being does. No, normal person does. The fact that you fuel it in a certain way. Yeah. All these things.
Is that not how everybody should live?
No, but that's what I'm saying to you is it's not a competing life.
No.
You're competing in life yourself.
Yeah.
But it is the bodybuilder's life, as we call it. And what's happening now is corporates, golf, tennis, soccer, they're taking on our principles. Not that we thought we had principles.
Because we just think that this is normal.
Yeah, but we like I said to you, we've got a project at the moment going on where I'm actually training someone at the moment, right? And this, my friend, is I haven't seen this guy for 3 decades. So we're going to create a documentary on this, right?
Yeah.
But we'll see if it works firstly. Let's just see if it works,
yeah.
right? Many people, we start something and we don't get to set B. But we're the same age. I'm 85 kilos and he's 140 kilos.
Right.
We're the same height.
Yeah.
Same everything. We don't look the same. The difference between the two of us is only one thing. I'm taking on 56. I'm literally 57. I'm taking it on.
Absolutely.
As I mentioned, it's not about.
He's the same age as you.
Yeah, the same age. But I'm not satisfied by not only what I see, the fact that we all don't push our true potential, and that's my competition.
Yeah.
But not with anyone else, but with me to say, well, like I said, I've never been on stage, but that doesn't mean I won't get on stage soon. Maybe I will. But the most important thing is in the real world, where do I sit on the stage of a 56, 57-year-old? And like you said, many people, they're not doing it. And unfortunately, we want them to come over to our side, but even our side is in some ways literally boring in a sense. It's a lot of discipline. It's a lot of discipline. And yes, as if we don't drive past, not to say we don't drive past McDonald's or KFC and we think it's easier to go through a drive-through. We do think about that, but we fight that all the time.
Yeah.
And as if we don't go and wake up in the morning or we go home, we go, I didn't food prep. What am I going to eat?
Yeah.
Where everyone will just go, just whatever.
Go to McDonald's.
Go to McDonald's or there's a frozen something or a whatever it is. So what I mean is it's not easy to do what we're doing, but that is about longevity. It is about bodybuilding. And again, nothing guarantees. People unfortunately get sick and but we live in a place where
we're trying to do the best we possibly can.
Yeah, but like I said to you, I tell everyone, I don't know who said it as well. I don't want to take complete credit for it, but when you look at chicken breast, you know protein. When you look at rice, you know it's carbohydrate. When you look at a vegetable, you know the type of carbohydrate. When you look at fruit, you know the type of carbohydrate. When you look at fish, you know what kind of protein. You know it's a protein.
And all the fats.
And all the fats. And you know when you look at steak, you know what that is. You know when you look at a good yogurt. We're talking about a good yogurt. Like when you turn it around and it's got 3 ingredients, it's pasteurized, whatever it is. Even cream, if you turn cream around and you read the ingredients, you might as well have a spoonful of that. Butter, true butter. We're talking about the real stuff. That's really good. We've been just what someone said, just walk on the outside of the supermarket.
Absolutely.
And you get everything good.
Yeah.
In the aisles is where you got the problem.
Yeah. I remember when we were in France, that's how it was. The supermarkets were amazing because they were still living that kind of life.
I grew up that way.
And exactly.
Europeans, we had our own veggie patch outside.
It's I mean, even the supermarkets around that. So there wasn't even a cereal aisle when we moved to France. And then all of a sudden a cereal aisle came in.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, isn't this really sad that things are changing? The fact that there's now this whole colourful boxes of cereal where all they used to do was just eat their fresh baguette and their Nutella.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's not fresh. It's not the same.
What are you talking about? Well, I didn't know I had to come up there and eat. We should have put the studio up to your place.
You know, next time. Yeah, but Stein would have, my dogs and sourdough, oh my God, they have, my big one, he has his chin on the countertop just looking at the sourdough.
We'll get back to that short, but what other dogs?
I've got Oscar, who is known as Naughty Oscar by my granddaughter because he comes with a police record.
Of course.
Only I could take on a dog that needed... So unfortunately we lost my soulmate 2 years ago, which has still taken a, you know what that feels like recently. It's awful. I think people that don't have animals have no idea and a little bit of me disappeared that day, unfortunately. He's here. So he was at my Labradoodle and my big boy, my Great Dane, wouldn't leave the house for 3 months. So seeing that with me going down that slope as well, we just had to do something. And for some weird reason, the universe, I got tagged 3 times on this Facebook post with this dog that was needing a home. And I'm like, I am not looking for a dog. But my husband was. He said, we need to do something. I want another dog. Because having a Great Dane, they're not ones that you can run with. They're just different. Where Brew, we could run with, we could do all of these fun things with. And we did miss that. And then we went to see Oscar and he needed us. Desperately needed us. Which is really sad. He's had 4 years of abuse. So we've now had him a year. And my son, actually, we spoke this morning and he said for the first time he's actually seen Stein and Oscar playing, which is lovely. But it's work. I mean, he's hard work. Not because he just needs love. Just like a human, absolutely. And it's an everyday thing. So something could change tomorrow. Yeah. And we just have to be aware of that. But that's been a bit of a life lesson as well, going from a dog. We watched all the dogs because we watched sort of halfway to Bondi this morning from Coogee. Oh, yeah. And all the dogs that were out, and it was just so lovely to watch all of these dogs having fun and playing. It's like, why can't humans just get on like that?
Hey guys, Nutrition Warehouse, your .1 store for all your supplement needs. Visit in-store here in Australia or New Zealand, or go to nutritionwarehouse.com.au, or for our New Zealanders, go to nutritionwarehouse.co.nz, shop away, and at checkout, why not use discount code MTP15 to get 15% off all your orders. Hey guys, just want to thank one of our major sponsors, Alka-Power Water, as I cradle their 10-litre box here. alkapower.com.au. Go check them out. They're in your major retail stores, supermarkets, and please get yourself alkalined with Australia's #1 alkaline water, Alka-Power. alkapower.com.au. Go check them out now. Hey guys, Steve here. Muscle Talks podcast. Just a quick shout out to one of our amazing sponsors, Macro Foods. You know how I feel about food. Food is very important to me. Macrofoods.com.au. Go check them out. And to get that little bit more off the price, use code MTP10 to get 10% off all your orders.
I don't know why. I think, don't you think it's quite strange?
Mind you, I'm glad we don't go around sniffing each other's bums.
They do a few stupid things, don't they? Yeah, like some hump your leg and. Which in some ways, sometimes I wish I could just walk up to a strange girl and just start humping her leg, And she goes, well, that's
Well,
just
you know
normal.
what? If she filmed it, she could get many views from
Yeah,
it. I'm sure she'd put that on
but if she
social
films it,
media.
that could also get me arrested. But the thing is, and just in case Kiara's listening, I don't really want to go and just hump ladies' legs. That's not what I want. I'm just saying, like...
But yes, dogs
It's
can
hard.
be your soulmates.
I think no one understands as well. Like, I was just thinking about your story. Like, when Spot recently died.
Yeah, that's why I reached out to you straight away, because I knew it is bloody hot, and you will go through that whole process of tomorrow you might be really good, but then the next day something, and if you're already aware of those amber lights.
Well, 100%. I was, he wasn't eating. Like, he
What
was...
age was he?
I think he was about 17.
Right.
But he was
wow.
but he was a champion.
Yeah.
He had a brother. He died, unfortunately, two years ago. Spotty, Toby. I think it was brain aneurysm. But the both of them, Chris got to see him. Like, they look like puppies still. I don't know what it was about him, but
Yeah.
the week that when he deteriorated, he got really skinny because he wasn't eating. And that week, I was doing syringe. I was putting water in his mouth, and I never bathed him so many times because he couldn't go to the bathroom that well. And that day, I had to go on a delivery because my coffee game. And when I came back, he was outside. I should have never left him outside. And he was in the heat and lying on the concrete, like breathing heavy. And I go, thankfully I'm here. So I calmed him down. Everything was fine. It wasn't, and so I gave him a nice bath. Yeah. And I brought him, he was all right. He was breathing. He was comfortable. Gave him a bit of water, laid him down in his little bed next to my desk where I work. Yeah. And I said, okay, I need to have a shower. And I was just looking at him and he's breathing. And then I went for the shower and came back out. He had stopped breathing. It was over.
Wow.
Yeah, so I came back out and he was gone. And what I'm trying to say is, and many people who are listening would understand that. And when I say Chris won't understand that because I don't know if he's had a dog in Macedonia, but like the slight hallowing that happens at that moment, you go, no, you're dead.
Yeah.
What? You know what I'm trying to say? You go, what? And I know it's just happened, and what do I do? And like you kind of wanted to give lots of CPR, but you don't know what to do, and then you just realize you're alone, and then you're going, like so when I got a new towel, and I just wrapped him in the towel, and I just said I knew I had to take him to the vet at that time. Yeah. And I said, there's no way he's sitting in the chair. He's sitting in my lap and we're driving and I'm trying to drive fucking manual. Yeah. And I'm driving and he's like there. I said, I can't let him leave my body. No. Like, I couldn't put him on the chair, like I said. So I took him in there. But yeah, I think that's what I'm saying is these no one understands the investment you put in them, but how much they trust you to feed them. Like they're not asking for food. They just know that you have made a promise that you will put food in the plate.
At 1 o'clock.
And then you put bones for them. Yeah. They get a pat and then they sleep all day. Yeah. But like I said, unfortunately as humans, we put conditions that I don't need to feed you. I don't need to serve you. I don't need to offer you. Yeah. Where predominantly old traditions and things in the past, I think because we didn't have so much distractions, there was an element of serving. Come and have a cuppa. Here's a bicky. Yeah. And because we made it and people enjoyed sharing it and shared conversations. Now
that was the one thing actually at Coogee this morning. There was a massive congregation of people just sitting on the steps, and my husband and I just went, is there actually something that we don't know about that's going on? No. And we realised it wasn't. It was the fact that finally we're now seeing people, a lot of them aren't necessarily from here anyway, so they're congregating with their own people. Mm-hmm. Like we could hear all different accents last night as we were walking along the street, trying to pick up. Is
that where you're staying around that area?
Yeah, we're right at the pavilion. So we're right there, which is amazing.
What a wonderful couple of days.
Yeah, I know it is. It's lovely. Yeah. And it's just so nice. It's so breathtaking to be around that and be absorbed in that energy again. Yeah. Where we live, it's not like that anymore. It's really sad. It's sort of had a turn.
It's
And I'm very much alone up there because I'm the only bodybuilder. So that's quite hard for me as well, to live in an area that, although I own a 24-hour gym, you would think that everybody around me is that, but we're not. So I'm misunderstood quite a lot.
Yeah. I can only imagine. But look, it's like my girlfriend, she lives in the Gold Coast, and I'm contemplating
It's a beautiful area
to go up there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it is a beautiful area. But the thing is, and I don't know what it is at the moment, because at the moment, I could be wrong, and anyone from Melbourne listening to this podcast, I apologise in advance. But it seems like Melbourne's quite miserable at the moment. But, but this is the first time I feel sorry for the people.
Absolutely.
We've had the competition, Sydney versus Melbourne, New South Wales, Victoria. We got all that. This is the first time I think they know they've been let down, and especially with COVID, it was
my daughter lived down there during COVID.
Yeah, I think there's a story there. We will have to go that direction. But the thing is, and I think what I've seen here in Sydney itself, I think we're trying our best to congregate around each other, or just get out, or just be defiant to find what we lost.
Yeah.
And I think Sydney's doing that, and I'm not saying
I think it has investment as well. I think Sydney is the place that if you say to people like from Europe, Sydney is the place that they will come to. So the investment from outside has always still come to Sydney.
And that's why I think, not saying the Gold Coast is great, but it is going to a quieter place.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, where Sydney, like you said, you're at the Coogee Pavilion. Like I said, there's so many things. It's can you get that open?
Yeah,
Come on.
I'm just keeping it on the green dot.
No, you don't have to. You can lift it. It's about landing it back on the green dot.
I just like to have to keep it on there. I just have to take my mouse.
Like that. Yeah, it's like, we're going to lift the table up because we don't want it to go off the yellow dot.
See the dot? It's
so
got to
we'll
go back
lift the
on
table up and we'll hold it up there and everything. No, it's just the landing spot. That's hilarious.
There we go.
I'm going to have
right on there.
I'm going to have some more bread while we're talking. So, but something happened during COVID, didn't it? You wrote it. Can you tell us a bit more about that? I know.
I can. I mean, it's not something that I hide about, and I was quite vocal at the same time. So, and
Chris will find this interesting as well, because I like it because Chris is the audience as well. So tell us a story about your...
So I was actually competing down at the Arnold's. So Tony was holding the Arnold's down in Sydney. So we'd already flown down there. We were competing. A lot of the celebrity bodybuilders were here, and then they got stuck here, unfortunately. And we were due to compete, I think, on the men were this Saturday. No, it was a Friday and Saturday. So I think the men were the Friday and the girls were the Saturday, or the other way around. I can't quite remember. And then all of a sudden we got an email to say the competition's not going ahead, and we were just like, well, why? Because I don't watch the news. I live in my own little bubble. And it's like, what on earth is going on? And then we were sort of going, well, there's something happening. So we were waiting to find out. And then Tony was amazing because he put this stage up in like a warehouse. So that was the last time but all of these people had come from all over the world, all of these athletes. It was a really sad time. So anyway, moving on from that, we flew back on the Sunday. I went to the gym on the Monday, my normal office hours, and then I had a phone call to say, you've got to be shut by 12 o'clock. I just went, why? I had no idea at all, and said, all gyms have got to shut at 12 o'clock. So it's like, okay, well, I'll do what I'm told, but I don't really know why. So I just put up at the sign at the door saying, just to let you know, we've been informed that we've got to shut at 12 o'clock, see you soon. That afternoon, knock at the door. No, it was a Tuesday morning. I went back to the gym because I had still stuff to do. We knew a little bit more at that time of what was going on in the planet. We were all going to die. And I went into work, and then I had a phone call from my husband to say, just to let you know, the police have just turned up at the house. I'm just like, why? And he said, because they've been informed that the gym's still open. I went, they can come and see for themselves. The shutters are down and they said they've stalked your social media and somebody's reported us. And it's just like, but what for? And I said, because it says, see you soon.
Oh my God. It could be 6 months' time.
Because at that time, none of us knew what was going on. None of us. And I literally had
Maybe
no...
putting a brighter tone to it.
Absolutely. And I had no comprehension.
Rather than saying, won't see you for a long time.
Absolutely.
See you soon. We don't know what soon means.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had no comprehension. None of us did. So, and I just thought, well, what's the problem with going to the gym? I didn't understand it. So anyway, moving on from that, I had the police called on us twice. And then even the third time the police came, when we opened back up, I think for the second time, the police turned up and to my door, and I was told not to, somebody said, don't let them in. Because if you don't actually let them into your property. And I know these guys. So I just said, how can I help you? And he said, oh, we've been informed that your staff haven't been vaccinated. I said, I actually don't give a shit whether my staff have been vaccinated or not. What's that got to do with me?
Yeah.
My priority is health and well-being. That's why I own a gym.
Wow.
It's not anything to do with anybody else. And they said, have you been vaccinated? I said, and that has nothing to do with you whatsoever. Yeah, but are you checking people's medical forms? I went, I'm not a doctor. No, I'm not doing that. We had a lot of people cancel because of my attitude towards it.
Of course. Yeah. Don't worry.
And it's just
Are
like...
you vaccinated?
We were going to sell our house. We were going to sell the business. My husband was not going to work. We were going to run away. That's how, seriously, that's the point that we got to. This makes me... So we were, and it wasn't the fact that we were scared. We weren't scared at all, but we didn't understand that why were we not being given the choice? That's what we were frustrated about, is the fact that every other vaccine or whatever happens, what we do, whether we drink alcohol, eat a bar of chocolate, that's our choice.
Yeah, of course.
And we were being told that this is what we had to do to save us.
Yeah.
And because I'm one of these people, I had no comprehension. I didn't understand why. If I'm given a reason why, I will go with it if it's a good enough reason. Like when they take peanut butter off you at the airport, I didn't understand that. So I have an argument. But logically, my brain wasn't working logically, going, well, why do I have to have this when I'm fit and healthy? I can understand other people having to have it if that's their case, but I don't need to have this. So unfortunately, our daughter lived in Sale. So, you know, the rules down there, she couldn't work. We said to her, she's very anaphylactic and she's had a couple of health issues as a child anyway. And we just said, actually, you don't need to have it because you've got your medical record to say that you're one of the ones that you can be exempt. Unfortunately, we couldn't fight the system. And I knew in my gut that she was going to go and have it. She was very sick with the first one. She didn't actually tell us that she was having her first one, but I knew as a mum. Her husband's also in the Air Force, so unfortunately, as my husband was, they're very controlled with that side of things anyway. My husband's had every vaccination you can absolutely imagine. Every part of his body's been vaccinated to a certain extent because he's had to go to Belize last minute and all of these things. So we were never against it. It's not that we weren't against it. It was the choice that we were against. So anyway, she had her first one then, admitted to it. She was very sick. So I said to her, and as a mum and dad, I said, please, Natasha, do not have that second one. So I don't actually even know if my daughter knows this, but I was walking in Nelson Bay, and I never go into Nelson Bay, and I was at the health food shop, and I remember coming out of the health food shop and somebody passed me and I literally fell onto the pavement. It was as if somebody took my legs away. And I just sort of thought, what on earth has happened? Did somebody hit me or something? And luckily there was a person walking past that just went, Joy, are you all right? And I went, I don't know. Something's just happened. Something's happened to my daughter. And she had had the other vaccine without even telling us because she knew we were very anti it. And she was not very well, very, very sick, to the point where she was rushed to hospital. Her heart, that's her heartbeat, failed. She was then pumped with iodine, which she was then allergic to. So she had an anaphylactic shock. her poor partner, they weren't married at the time, was not allowed to see her because they were locked out of the hospital. So that was heartbreaking for us as well. We were so far away, not having any contact. We didn't know what was going on. But that's what happened, was they talk about mother's instincts, and I literally fell onto the pavement, and I had no idea that she was going in for that. So unfortunately, we failed to see our very sick daughter. We had to be vaccinated, and I remember sitting in the pharmacy crying and just saying, this is so wrong. And I actually even said to the nurse, what you're doing is so wrong. And she admitted to it, and she said, I know what we're doing is wrong, but it's my job. And I said, well, you need to find a new job, because you're actually killing me. As far as I'm concerned, what you're putting into me is killing me. And I said, could you just pretend you're doing it and just write out my certificate? And she went, no, I can't. And I had done everything. We had gone down the whole rabbit hole of taking the NAC, taking all the protocols, because unfortunately, my husband got no side effects at all. I did. The breathing, for years, I haven't felt me. I cannot. I feel as though I'm out the other side completely. The last year, I've been feeling amazing again. But it took that long. And you know what made me so angry is we then had to obviously go for the second one because we weren't allowed to fly. We got into Melbourne Airport and nobody checked our certificates to see that we'd been vaccinated. I was so cross. I actually shouted out to them and said, do you realise what you've done to me so that I can fly?
Yeah.
Can you please at least look at what I've done? Nobody cared. No. I'm just like, so I didn't even need to have that done. I could have just gone on an aeroplane and they didn't even check. And I just think we're actually the lucky ones. We are the lucky ones. We've got our daughter. But to be able to see her, no, she couldn't even walk.
It got close, didn't it?
Yeah, it was, but she, and again, we don't live with regrets as a family. And you know what, that we never really talk about it. I remember on her first rebirth, her birthday of when it had happened, that's another whole story, but that day we met up in Newcastle and we're having a walk. And she said, it's a year ago, and I'm like, look at me now, and I'm able to walk. She was still not 100%. Her heart rate was up and everything else. We still had to be careful, but she'd lost all the weight because she was very inflamed, bless her. But she got in touch with a naturopath. She went down that whole route, tried to combat it, did a whole protocol. So she did do her homework. And she was told that probably she wouldn't be able to have children because of the damage to her heart. And now she's got two amazing little girls. So we're very blessed.
Yeah.
So, and that's, it's like everything in life. We don't look at and go, oh my God. We just move on. We're very much a family that we move on very, very quickly because it's like we can't control what happened. Let's control what we can do today. And that's how I live my life now.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the trickiest times. I guess myself, I mean, I didn't get vaccinated.
Good.
Yeah, but when I say I was close, not close that I was forced, I actually thought I'd be a front runner, a trailblazer for it at the beginning. I thought, you got to lead by example.
Yeah.
And
I want to go to the pub.
No.
But I can't stand up. I've got to sit down.
No. I was actually, no. I know what you're saying. No, could be the pub. No, I was actually more like, entrepreneurs and businessmen, they lead the way.
Absolutely.
So I booked in for it.
Yeah.
My sister, she got it like 7 days later. She booked in 7 days later. She got it. And I said, how did you get it so quickly? She goes, they did it. I was very early days. So I thought I'd book in, and I think it was June. And they go, all right, your appointment is in August. I go, why August? I said, my sister got it done in a week. She said, we've been inundated, whatever it was.
Right, okay.
I said, okay, what date? August, whatever she put down. In that 5 weeks, it was like, fuck off.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to be honest, it wasn't even initially,
it
wasn't even about the vaccine. It was the health minister. The way he was talking on the with the media and the microphone and calling us idiots and his tone of language, I went, who is this guy to tell me what to do and talk to me like that? We pay him
Absolutely.
to protect us.
Yeah.
And so I guess I didn't go to the appointment. And then, like I said, I then started looking at what was happening with everyone and their attitudes and the anger that was coming out and defending. Like if I said, look, I don't think it's as serious as what it is, and then they'd be screaming at you like, you don't know how serious this is.
It definitely...
I was challenged.
It really made you open up and look around and look a little bit deeper within yourself as well. And everybody actually, it's so funny because everybody sees me as the person that didn't get vaccinated. And then I have to say, look, I actually did, but I'm on your side.
Yeah, look,
I mean, my parent, we won't even, that's a...
What's that?
My parents is just like, unfortunately, my family, it's something that we don't discuss. And they're aware of that. Even when I was back in November, my mum brought something up and I went, I'm not going to have this discussion with you. And it's easier just to do that because I could see how it could even have gone down that route of it does separate families. And I don't want that ever to happen because you know what, at the end of the day, it was their choice. We make our own choices. I'm an adult. I can make my own choice. I will support you and I will love you. I don't agree with what you're doing, but you're making that decision yourself.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's very sad. But unfortunately, the older generation are also being brainwashed slightly, and they think that they're doing the best things for them.
I think the old generation and the new generation, we're in the middle of watching it. It's like a tennis match.
Yeah.
Like watching. You're in on this, like meaning you believe. You don't care about the future. You're just going along with it.
Yeah.
And then you look at the older people and you go, you just don't want to take any more on. You're just going to go with this and you're just watching a tennis match.
And to think that our age is actually used to be the old generation.
Yeah. I'm watching a tennis match. Like I might say to Ruby, my daughter, so what do you think about this? She goes, well, I don't care. I went, okay. Then I'll go to someone else. I'll go, what do you think about this? They go, no, I don't care. I went, does anybody care here? Does anybody care? I said it affects all of us, but I have to say, which is relatively sad too, but that, firstly, like I said, I don't lie, and unfortunately, I can't, and I need to know whatever is the truth. I need to know what the consequences are.
Yeah.
Like I need to know: is it a fight? Are we going to argue? Whatever we're going to do, as long as we're doing it through genuine reasons rather than I manipulate, lie to you and you're happy and I really lied to you and you shouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
So, but my uncle died from the vaccines. My dad died from the vaccines. And you could say he's at the nursing home. They gave him the vaccine. 3 weeks later, apparently he has a heart attack and they call it a cardiac arrest. And my uncle, cardiac arrest, all the cardiac arrest that was happening. But even then, they made it so, it's even today so well designed that you can't even blame COVID.
Absolutely.
Because we were so used to heart attacks, we were so used to sicknesses, but because it's sped it up, it's exploited it.
Even holiday insurance, if you look at the fine print of holiday insurance, if it's anything that could be that related, you're not insured.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So like I said, I used to go see my dad, and like you, they never asked me, so I said, well, I won't say anything. Yeah. Like, hi, I'm here to see John. They go, okay, go down. They never said to me, are you vaccinated? Like,
which is awesome.
But isn't it funny that they made you do this, but people weren't even asking?
With us, oh my God, we were like locked up.
Yeah.
So the police were monitoring. We got Stein as a puppy. And of course, we were out walking every single day with our dogs. And of course, then we got told off because we were walking more than 20 minutes. But it was the fact that our gym is, and it's never recovered since.
Yeah, nothing's recovered. I'm in the coffee game. Nothing's recovered.
No.
Unfortunately, it will never recover. It's gone. Something new's coming. I don't know what it is, but what's happened is, what has happened is, that's why we're in deficits. When they call the hidden state or whatever they're calling it, all the stuff, governments all around the world, all our government money is being exploited and it's being hijacked. So what I mean is they don't need your money. They need your tax money. So what they're doing is corporations, industries are create like NDIS, and everything that they're creating, there's a funnel and there's a top honcho. And what I mean is they get all of our tax. COVID was our taxes. So
there was nothing for free. All these people that said, oh, yeah, but I was better off during COVID. Not afterwards because you take your money back.
No. Well, Medicare is part of your tax, right? Medicare, right? Maybe, I mean, I could be wrong here. So again, can be wrong. But apparently from what I heard, to go get a swab at the swab stations, when you get your Medicare statement, apparently it was $88.
It was.
There you go. It was $88.
Yep.
But you didn't pay for it.
No.
So look at this. We'll do a quick maths. All right? Just do a quick maths for you. Because like I said,
my daughter works in law and she had somebody that owned 8 of those places.
Yeah. So
and he's bought 6 houses.
Yeah. So $88 and Beres Jarajiklia, whatever her name was going, wow, New South Wales, you've come to the party. 120 people, 120,000 people got checked today, swabbed, 120,000. So 88 times 120,000 is, in one day, $105 million. So what I'm saying to you is, maybe more. So what I mean is they were making so much money by, like, that's just one stat, 120. So they kept encouraging, but that $88 was your taxpayers' money. So what I'm saying is corporates, me and Chris are trying to ask for sponsorships from corporates. We should be asking governments. That's where the free money is. They're exploiting our money and they're trafficking it. And they will traffic it into wars, space, medical.
Oh, my husband should be sitting here.
No, but so what I'm saying to you is,
he would go right into this conversation.
Yeah, but so what I mean, no, but that's what I'm saying is that we don't know the pot of gold is the government's money.
Oh, absolutely.
And if we can get, so if you, let's say you got a government grant for your gym, like a government grant, you just hit the pot of gold.
Absolutely.
So this is what I'm saying, and they don't care what they sign off on. So this is what I'm saying is they've all worked out, oh my God, we're going to get shut down now. You know, the government's going to know we're talking about this. But the thing is, and that's what I said to Chris, we can fight hard to get sponsors. We can fight hard to talk to people. We can do everything. The hardest bit is, and if you can work it out, is to go get a government grant, because that is free money. Yeah. It's your money that you gave, and at least you get it back. That's the only way to get your money back. So governments are just throwing money everywhere. All these new bills, all these new laws, all this stuff, constantly throwing money to other countries in war is just laundering. We're just laundering money. It's not, there's nothing, it's just laundering. And that's what's happening. Big corporates have just said, hey, it's okay, we'll just take your tax money. That's all we want. I don't need Joy's money. But Joy's tax, I do.
Oh, they do this week.
So what I mean by that is that though I didn't get vaccinated, I paid for the program.
Absolutely.
So that's what, it got everyone's money.
Yeah, I know.
I paid for the program.
Yeah.
So
there was nothing for free.
Nothing was for free. All of us paid for the
program. Sausage roll.
Even though I did not get vaccinated, it still cost me.
Absolutely.
My taxpayers' money cost me.
It's not even just about the money; it costs a lot.
Like it was I think in 100 years when we're not around, and this is going to be a segue, 100 years that we weren't around, that this story, like we can talk about who killed JFK, but that person's dead now. So meaning not JFK, but even the person that possibly killed him, whatever the conspiracies are.
His bodyguard.
But who can
Lady Diana.
Who can trial these people now? That's what I'm saying is in 100 years, they'll say it was the worst time ever. Those people should go to jail, but they're dead. Yeah. So they've lived their life. And you've got, so we'll get off this happy story because Chris loves happy stories. But the bit where, because it was funny, one of your posts, right? Yeah. This one here. Oh. She's standing. So you got here.
That was just a couple of weeks ago, that one.
Oh, I know. It was the 4th of January, by the way.
Yeah, no, the photograph was just,
Great
just
photograph. Recently. Yeah. Fantastic photograph. In 100 years, none of us will be here. The homes that we have stressed about buying, the cars that we are in our driveways with the money still owing, they will be owned by someone else and won't exist. Most of us won't even be remembered except for the gravestones that might be passed by, leaving future generation. In reality, we are a tiny speck of sand in a huge galaxy. Consider everything that you woke up stressed about today. The grudges, the comparisons, the high unrealistic expectations, and the pressure that you are putting on yourself. Life matters. Today matters. Focus on being present, not perfect. Today will soon be yesterday, so make the most of every opportunity that you are lucky enough to have.
I'm good at writing it. I wish I believed it.
Yeah.
I love writing. See, if I don't put a post up, it's really interesting because some people go, "You didn't post today," and it's like because I didn't have the feeling in here because everything is raw with me. So all of a sudden I'll just go, oh, "That's what I'm going to write," and it literally is right there and then. So if I don't write, it's because I just haven't had that epiphany or there's something not right with me that day. And I will never try and some people can tell when I'm not writing myself because they'll message me and go, "Oh, your stories are a little bit deep. Are you okay?" And it's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm not going to ever be that negative where I actually block and get rid of the really negative stuff because I don't need that. But even when I'm feeling like crap, I just want other people to know that they're okay. It doesn't matter about me. I can work on me. Nobody else can work on me. I'll never forget my husband, and he still says to this day, is the fact that you can't love fully until you love yourself. And I can understand it and I hear his words, but I battle it with it.
So you battle loving yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
Why? You've only got 100 years, kid. You going to get it?
I don't know.
Why do you battle loving it? Explain that to us.
Maybe needs to go see your psychologist that you've been seeing for 10 years. I literally don't know because I haven't had...
I get it.
I had an amazing childhood. I've had an amazing life. I don't know whether I don't feel as though I'm worth it. And that's really sad. So I can admit, I think it's sad to see. And I do, but I think it's really good to talk about it. So when people put me on this pedestal, which a lot of people do, unfortunately, especially with where I live or the gym or say, "Oh my God, you're amazing." I always backlash. I always go, "No, I think you're amazing." And it was so funny because somebody on social media actually is well-known bodybuilder in the UK. He's known as the Giant. He's Jamie, his name is. And he put on the other day about the fact that he was being told off because somebody was always complimenting him or people were complimenting him and he always felt the requirement to say, "Yeah, but." We always put ourselves down because we don't want to take that on because we don't feel as though we're worth it. And I messaged him and I said, I go through that every single day. If somebody's saying something nice to me or whatever, and I always put it back on them because that makes me feel better. The fact that I'll say something nice back because I feel that that's my role. And I said, but somebody said to me, that's like throwing a present back at them. And I will never forget that because I love giving gifts. I spend so much time and love and effort, and it can be the smallest of things. Like that did not take me time at all. No time. But it's the thought that goes into something that I admire the most. So if you think about somebody giving, that would be like me giving you that and you're just going, "Fuck that, I don't want that," and throwing it back at me. That's what a compliment is. So if I said to you, "I think you look beautiful today," if somebody said that to me, I'd just go, "Yeah, wash my hair." And that's what I do all the time. And then I have to just go, that's like shoving a present back at them because they've made the effort to even say something nice.
Yeah. Wow, you made me remember something. Yeah.
So although I have to work very hard at that, of not shoving that present back at them, I still feel very uncomfortable because I am no better than anybody else. So don't,
I think, it's hard to comprehend that. That's a very unique way of thinking, and most just blow their own horn and
I'm the opposite.
and take, and we got, I don't know, I don't want to say that's the majority or whatever, but I'll say a few things about like my own perspective of that. Yeah, one time I was renovating my house, and I was going to church quite a fair bit, to just an Anglican church that was across the road from my house, and I had utilized that to thinking that was going to save my marriage, and it not just that it saved me in a way, but it made it part of my life, not my whole life, right? Not my whole life, but I'm renovating the house, and one of the guys hasn't had a job for a while. His family was from South Africa, very intelligent guy, very smart guy. So I said, look, just come to my house and paint.
Yep.
And I'll pay you to paint, just get you doing stuff. But while he was painting my house, I had another guy up the street that wanted to help me, and he was ripping me off. So where I was thinking, where's God in this? I'm helping this guy.
Yeah.
And Chris knows that the church has never helped me, but I kind of sat there and paid attention to it. So this guy's painting my house. This other guy's ripping me stupid. My own neighbor is ripping me off, just taking forever to do jobs that he said, can I come and help you?
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. And I said, all right, this would be great, So that happens. Then one time my bank manager came to me on Christmas and gave me an envelope, and I opened up, there was $500 in there. His name's Nick. And I said, what's this? He goes, yeah, Merry Christmas. I went, out of his own money, mind you, not the bank's money. And I said, fuck, excuse me. Okay, fuck off. Okay,
Bank wouldn't give you money.
I don't need your money, man. He goes, so you're telling me I should take your $500, but you're going to offend me and think I can't give a gift.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah. So I learned he's right. And I must say my ex-wife and my daughter Ruby and most people, even maybe Chris as well, they've got it right. When they got it right is if someone gives them a compliment, they just say thank you. Yeah. It's that fast. We don't need to fuss over it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's thank you or no or yes. In a way.
I think that's awesome.
So when I say to Ruby, oh, you're beautiful, she goes, thanks.
Yeah.
And I went, that's so simple.
I know.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah,
but instead you go, you look handsome, you go, oh.
So why don't
I wasn't feeling handsome yesterday, and when I grew up when I was a kid and I got bullied at school, fucking hell, we've got a whole story going on. And the person goes, fuck, I wish I never told me he was beautiful either. I don't want to hear his fucking sad story. And then, so there's that, there's that. And the last thing, this one was a doozy. And I don't know if I explained this one to Chris as well, and I forgot about it. When my marriage was broken, I really fought hard to save it. I really fought hard. And the minister, his name's Trevor, he shepherded me a lot. He would say to me, all right, go home and love your wife. I go, fuck, she doesn't love me. She doesn't hate me. And I thought about how can I do things for her? So I doubled down on that.
Yeah.
And this is what I realized. And this is what you've got to be prepared for. So if I said to Chris, are you there, Chris? I go, I made these cookies for you. They're yours. Once I let go, he has ownership. Yeah. He can go throw them in the bin.
No. Don't you dare.
No, listen to me. No, you're missing the story here. I made the cookies, not you.
So they're now his.
I've handed ownership. If he's holding him, I still own him. I had to let go of that. We think we own people. Once you give a gift, you've handed it. He can go put that in the bin, and I shouldn't change. It's his decision. So what I'm saying is I had to fight that. I'm still trying to, I know I'm trying to put it in.
I don't like that.
No, but it is, you understand where I'm going?
No, because.
So when I go like this. So what I'm saying is right now right now I have these and I own them. I made them and I decided to give them to Chris. So when I hand them to Chris as such, while I let it go.
It's on him.
No, but while I let it go, I'm going, he has to eat them. So I'm still in control. he can do what he
Does he
wants.
want to watch you eat them?
No, but he can do what he wants with them. That's what I'm saying. The art, but the minister taught me you have no control. So he eats them, it's the same. He throws them in the bin, it's the same. You have to accept the art of giving was the handover.
I know.
No, but I'm just saying and we hold on, we keep them ransom.
Yeah.
And that's
because we want to watch them eating them because that's our love and effort and our whole soul has gone into those.
Yeah, but we have been built to control everything and everyone. Trevor told me the only control you have is up to the handover. From that point, and you know how I learned how to let go? Like I knew, so when I knew my relationship was over, I handed my love. What she did with it was up to her from that point on.
Yeah.
I couldn't control it. I couldn't make her love me. Does that make sense? So in the end, you are literally only in control to the point where you say, this is yours, and that's it. So he can go and do what I take the cookies back. But no, but the thing is so if you understand what I'm saying.
I absolutely understand. I don't like it though.
Yeah, I know. So there's a point. If I give Chris $500, like I'll give you an example. How many people, the homeless people that sit on the street, I used to sometimes they go, can I have some money? And I go, all right, here's $5, but do something good with it. No, here's $5. I don't know what you're going to do. It's up to you. I'm happy you do good with it. In other words, it's theirs. You've given it. It's over.
That's why I don't give them money.
No, but what I'm saying to you is,
I give them food.
But of course, but they don't have to eat it.
I know.
No, but what I'm getting at is, I remember one homeless guy. I gave him food. No joke. He goes, "What is that?" And I go, "It's buttered chicken with rice." He goes, "I don't eat that." I went, "All right, I'll go. I guess I'll take it away."
Oh my.
No, but what I'm getting, but he's a homeless guy. He has his standards. You know, he doesn't eat.
Give it to your dog.
He doesn't eat Indian food. I don't know what he eats.
Oh my
Maybe I should have
God.
given him a barek. I don't know.
A cigarette.
But what I'm trying to say to you is
I know.
No, I'm saying is how much do people own you, and how many people we own.
I know.
I forgot about that principle he taught me, and it's
quite deep, isn't it? And
it was the most amazing.
It actually makes us have to think internally as well.
How we in other words,
and it's not that
when you give the information. When I say to you, Joy, this, and this, I'm going. Now that you know, get over it. No, now that you know, it's all yours.
Well,
you can stress about it. What can I tell you to do?
I suppose that is like my job to a certain extent because I deal with it every day. It's like people continuously asking me questions about what do I eat? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I give the information out of love, out of kindness, out of empathy because I want to help because that's the first thing, that's my job. Well, it's not a job. I feel as though this is my purpose in life. I have tried to walk away from it many times because it's exhausting. Because I'm such an empath, I feel it in my bones.
Yeah, I know there's people that do that. Yeah.
We're to the point where I listened to a podcast yesterday about the fact that either my own depression can make me sick or the fact that my role in life can make me sick. So it can be a fine balance with that as well. So I have to have a self-protection mechanism. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at it. So I do get questioned every single day and sometimes I feel like just putting a loudspeaker on in the corner of the gym and just going, yes, this is what... And then some people want to know what I eat. And it's like, this is not what I'm putting upon you because I would never do that. That's one thing that I do notice with a lot of coaches or bodybuilding. They just think that other people should do that. And I'm the opposite. It's just like I live their life, not them live my life. And it can be exhausting when you know that they're still not listening or they've asked me the question, but they're not ready to hear the answer. And exactly what you've said is the fact that I can give them that and it's up to them what they do with it. But when it's day in, day out, 24 hours a day.
Yeah, it's tough.
But it's on the television. It's in magazines. It's everywhere. They haven't got an excuse. You do not have an excuse nowadays. I had a lady come to me, this was a couple of years ago, and she wanted help with her diet. And I just said, look, come and have a chat. Just sit down on my sofa and have a chat. I don't charge for that. I just spend time with them. Said, but do me a big favour so that I have an understanding of walking into your shoes, because it's not about me. This is about you. Just write down like a journal so that I can have an understanding of how you live your life. So from the moment you wake up, even write down you had a shit. I don't care. Write down the timings, if you drank water, if you chewed gum, whatever you did in that day, what you did with the children, write it down so that it's easier for me to then go, right, now I'm her, so that I'm not me anymore. So that I have a full comprehension of how she's living, so that I can help her in the best way possible. So I was reading through her food blog, and then it had like red frogs, more red frogs. And I'm like, what the hell is a red frog? And of course she just looked at me and she went, do you not know what a red frog is? I'm like, no, what is a red frog? Is it some sort of spicy chicken? I don't know. And she went, it's a lolly. And it's like, oh, okay, there's a lot of lollies in there then. Yeah. And I said, so you've come to me for help. So I never ever change diets completely, because I think that that's a massive mistake. I just do one little thing at a time. So for instance, somebody that would not drink that water, wait a minute, I'll put it right back down there. Just, I would say, drink that water. If that's all we do is one change, and they can go away and go, that's all she's got me to do is drink water. And it's like, yeah, but then next week we'll just add something else. Yeah. It's that simple. Yeah. Some person I had to get to, all he had to do was, instead of change the television channel from doing this, I'm sitting in his rocking chair, get up and change it. That's all I did. Yeah. So that he was just getting steps. So people overthink things. So anyway, this lady had eaten a lot of red frogs, and I know that she's got 2 boys, and I just said, can we maybe not eat as many red frogs? That's all I'm asking of you. And she went, yeah, but my kids like them. And I said, yeah, but you're the mum. Yeah. You're the role model. They're watching you. So they can't go to the shops and get in the car and go and buy them. Yeah. So you're actually the feeder. And that's what saddens me the most, is the fact that we have children, we brought children into this world with a decision. Sometimes it's not been a decision, and they're fucking up. Excuse my language.
No, they're fucking up.
And that's what I get frustrated with.
Look, my kids at one stage were putting up crucifixes saying, no more chicken, please. No more chicken breast, please. Stop the chicken.
My kids probably will be listening to this going, Mum.
Hey, Chris, can I have a coffee, please? My kids were going like, my kids were like, no
more broccoli because it makes you fart.
No more chicken breast, Dad. No more chicken breast and rice. No more. I said, well, it's so nice. I cook it in the oven. No.
Do you know how much love I put into this chicken?
And to be honest, sometimes when they piss me off,
here's a chicken.
No. When I go like, I don't know what to cook, I go, fuck, where's that frozen nuggets? Like nuggets will save you, and everything's saving everyone, like kids throwing them on the phones. Yeah. But I think that...
But all I ended up saying to her was, remember the power of you as a mum. Your kids can't get in the car, they don't have a license, you're going to the shops. Yeah, but they like them. But who's allowing them to like them? It's just become normal. Yeah. The biscuits has become normal. The red frogs has become normal. So I remember in our day, we're similar age, that was a treat.
I know.
I remember the only sweeties, as we used to call them, were actually at the checkout. In fact, I don't even know whether they had them at the checkout in the supermarket then.
Oh, no, I don't think back then they had call to action stuff.
No.
No, you had to go literally find it. But
the only chocolate bar that we ever had was a Mars bar in our stocking on Christmas Day.
But isn't it funny? Let's just say, can I just ask you, and Chris, maybe you can help answer this. Can you tell me where the Mars bar tree is?
What Mars bar tree?
Exactly. Like what I'm saying is everything is chemically made. Like imagine if I came to you and I said, Joy, I've got an idea. And you go, what is it? I said, sugar on a stick at $1. They're going to jump out and you go.
I call it a red frog.
No, call it a chubba chub.
A lolly. Or is that like
lolly?
Yeah.
Chub. Or I say, if I melt sugar and shape it like a frog,
We missed out.
they're gonna go nuts, and you go, you're an idiot, and they go.
They call it
what I
red
mean is,
fog.
where is the Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate tree? Where is like I said, the just everything is, especially that area. Where is the crunchy tree? No, how about the Magnum ice cream tree? Which now Magnums, they don't even. Sorry, like Maxi Bomb, they don't call it ice cream because there's no milk in it.
Really?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have a
apparently,
clue.
no. Apparently now,
Well, it's like
if
white
they don't
chocolate.
so if they don't say the word cream,
Yeah.
right? That means there's no milk in it. So that's why they give them names. So some of the ice creams.
So what is a Maxi Bomb? Is that
pretty
a
cool.
freezer thing?
It looks like it's like a Biscoff with ice cream.
So what's
in
it got in the centre?
Yeah, like ice cream, but
But why are they? What?
but
What's,
two biscuits. I don't know. Look,
how-
maybe when we finish here, we'll go get a Maxi Bomb.
How's it made then if it's not got ice cream in it?
There's a Maxi Bomb tree.
Oh,
There's a Maxi Bomb tree, and this Maxi
okay.
Bomb tree is grown in Macedonia, and it's by some farmer. But I was going to say to you, so I told you I got this little project, and my friend, his name's Con. Firstly, before we started this project, I said he's got the hardest job on his hands,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to waste my time filming any of it.
Yeah.
But I said I'm happy to give you a diet. I'm happy to give you an exercise plan.
Yeah.
But I said I don't need nothing from it. But
Yeah.
if you're, and I
So
said,
what-
and I told Chris, we're not doing this if I'm taking you away from another job that works. But if you think this will work
Yeah.
with everything we're
So
doing,
is this a guy that's 140 kilos?
Yeah.
So what got him to 140? Oh, I'm being
no,
again,
I do know. Well, look, maybe no, it's personal problems,
Yeah.
family problems, a lot of problems. But yesterday, the funniest was I took him for a leg workout last weekend,
Yeah.
and he hasn't been able to walk all week, right? No, and I told him he needs to walk every day, and he's not walking every day. And he smokes and he drinks a lot. But last night there was a situation, and the first thing he thought about was, he's Greek. He had a bottle of ouzo there,
Yeah.
and he was going to smash the ouzo. But he said, I chose to come to the gym with me, and he got a membership that night at the gym.
Wow.
Right? And I said to him, Con, I don't know, his name's Con. I said, I don't care if you smoke.
No,
I'm not going to take anything away
No,
from you.
not at all.
I'm just going to add the gym.
absolutely. So it's
And
adding.
So I'm hoping
Yeah.
that the gym boycotts the drinking.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it's up to him.
And I said, smoking isn't really calories to me. I'm not worried. And smoke away. I mean, I'm not going to make you prim and proper.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you into a beast. But I just said to him, all I care about, I haven't even given him calories. All I said was, I just said, it's chicken and rice, mate.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's chicken and rice, bro.
Yeah, don't
I'm not
over.
going to, yeah, I said,
Yeah.
but
Drink a bit more water.
yeah, but I said, the grog, alcohol does two things. It truly suppresses joy. It suppresses joy. In other words, if we're having a good time
Yeah.
and I've got alcohol, I really don't know how much of a good time we're having.
Yeah.
And I'm missing out on feeling true love. I'm washed over with alcohol, but also washing alcohol with things that go wrong, you're not truly suffering.
Yeah.
You're washing over and the pain isn't true because the alcohol is either made it worse
Yeah.
or suppressing it. So you also suppress sadness. And what I've realized is, and I've done it for the last few years, not that I'll drink with a friend,
Yeah.
meaning Friday night, I had a funeral last Friday. Unfortunately, my cousin passed away. And with my godbrother, he invited me over. His name's Dennis. And I said, fuck, okay, Dennis drinks. I knew there's no way I'd go to this Dennis's house. He's not into fitness.
Yeah.
He'll go to me, want a scotch?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I go, but I thought I'll go with my vodkas. I go, you got vodka? He goes, yeah, I got vodka. I go, and he had Grey Goose, which was great. But I just said, oh, all right, I'll do vodka. He'll do scotch.
Yeah.
But last time, many years ago when I last drank him, he got me on the scotch, and he had very good scotch.
Oh,
But no, he had very good scotch. But no, but
where was it from?
I can't remember. But he did have very good scotch. we're all come from poor backgrounds.
Yeah.
And we don't gloat. We just, if we're going to drink, we'll have a drink. But I just didn't want the scotch. But what I'm alluding to is, I just knew where I was going tonight. I was going to fight a guy that was going to say, "Are you a pussy? Are you not going to have a drink with me?" And our cousin just died today. Went to his funeral, and I said, "So what I mean is, yes, I will drink, but if me and Chris or I score any great deal, I go home, I have a peppermint tea and celebrate. And if I have commiseration, I'll have a peppermint tea and celebrate. I don't need to pour a glass of wine. And people should be listening to this. You've had a shit day at work. You've had a fight with your partner. Pouring a glass of wine doesn't help. And when you got a promotion, a job promotion, you don't need a glass of wine either. So how about we make it fair? You don't need it for commiserations, but you don't need it for celebrations. You've got to understand that drinking should just be sporadic moments.
Absolutely.
Knowing the environment you're in and the people you're with.
Yeah.
All right, this bloody hell, we're going to go to a pub and these guys are bloody big drinkers.
I watched it last night.
Yeah, and also I know myself, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go there and they go, "So what do you want to drink?" I go, "Give me a mineral water." Mineral water? The horn has come out. "This guy drinks mineral water here at the Coogee Bay Hotel."
Absolutely.
He drinks mineral water. He is still social, but he drinks mineral. But what we got to do is you got to go, all right.
It doesn't actually bother me anymore.
Yeah. No, but what I'm trying to say is, all right, I might go, all right, look, just get me a vodka and soda because there's a bit of water in it. Because I'm thinking, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and then I'll drink it really slow.
Yeah, and enjoy it and savour it.
And savour it. And then when I go, I'll get the extra drinks. Yeah. I'll go get myself a mineral water.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just go get a mineral water, buy everyone what they want. So my second drink. So like, I guess people are listening to this that, it's not about cut everything out.
No, not at all.
We're actually.
And I would never expect anybody to do that because why should we expect anybody to do that?
Well, but first and foremost,
it's their choice.
But first and foremost, like I said,
because they don't want to live my life.
But but actually, they don't want to live theirs. It's to be told.
Yeah, that's true.
The way it is. But they, I find that. So I guess he smokes. So unfortunately, when my marriage broke, I took up smoking. I became a smoker at 40. I know, I was a smoker at 40. But
coffee and cigarettes.
Yeah, it was heaven. Trust me. Every morning. Yeah. Every morning was.
But you're Greek.
Yeah. Every morning was my fuck off moment. I get up. Excuse me. I got rollies because I just thought, well, at least it's tobacco, so it's natural. So I'd roll my cigarette. I'd roll two. I'd get my Greek coffee and I go out, sit around the pool, and I just go, "Please take forever." And I'd be there sometimes, without giving away too much, and I did give away the laser, naked. And
awesome.
And also I got in an area where everyone's got double-story houses and I don't care.
You were getting sun on your balls.
So 100%. So I go out there naked and I'm like just lighting up the cigarette. So what I'm getting is I get where Con is, but like I said, the one that I'm looking more carefully at the moment is that he beats himself up in the gym. Not with the alcohol.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the people around him aren't liking him drunk, right?
Yep.
And they're going to be more not liking him, thinking, "Is this guy fixing himself? This is not good. What the fuck? We want him drinking again." Yeah. Because he's a loser here, but now he's a winner.
Absolutely.
So I've got him training.
He has to be strong enough to also do that. It's interesting because my husband's stopped drinking. He's very in or he's out. And he knows this. We actually had this conversation last night. He's got a very addictive behaviour. And coming from his mother was on the verge, I think she was an alcoholic. His dad was definitely an alcoholic. He was brought up in a pub. He, 25 years in the Air Force. So he's seen some shit, done some shit, dealt with some shit. So the alcohol was a huge part. So literally, he lived in a place called Aviano for 7 years, which is north of Italy, and flying in, flying out. So sometimes I didn't know when he was coming home. He was at war for 7 years. So now very, very. It's something that we've never really spoken about in depth, because we just move on. I had to deal with it as a very young married girl, of a husband that was away, not knowing whether he was ever coming back or not. Yeah. And that was for 7 years.
How do you do that? Can I just ask the question? I was telling Con, some people are in relationships that their partner packs a bag and leaves. And not only do they leave for weeks, you've got to learn to build disciplines in yourself to not think, well, I can go and do what I like and
Yeah.
he's not. What I mean is, besides him
absolutely.
and missing, how do you do that? Because I don't know if I'm good at that.
I think that is...
How do you let go, trusting them, trusting you, and knowing we're both missing out on each other, but how do you not...
It's funny because I actually never lived the life going, what if? I just lived every day as it was.
Okay.
And even my mum, I'll never forget, she actually said something really nice. She said, Joy, you never, ever complained. Ever. Yeah. So we were together, we met on the Western Isles of Scotland. So I was at school up there. My dad was a bank manager. So we got posted around. So even as a child, we moved around. So my dad got a very good job on the West Isles of Scotland. So he was a bank manager for 2 branches up there. So we were very much the outcast. So I was bullied my whole school life because I was always an outcast. But never mind. It's just part of life. And when we were 17, my husband was... I was at a function, so my mum and I always got involved with the locals, and there was an amateur dramatic society put on, and we got involved with that. And I was only 17 at the time, and they were looking for makeup artists. I don't do makeup, but we were involved with that. My mum she was an artist, so she knew how to do makeup, and we learned a little bit of, you just put it on, and as for a stage, you put a lot of makeup on. Yeah. So I remember there was one, it was Cinderella as a pantomime. Yeah. You don't have pantomimes here, which I think are the best theatre. Oh my God, pantomimes are the best thing ever. So there was this guy, and he was one of the ugly sisters, and then the other ugly sister wasn't there that night. And I discovered that it was just a practice run, that he was back in the UK. So back in England doing something. So then the following weekend, I was invited to an RAF ball. So there's me as a 17-year-old, got all dressed up in a ball dress, and my mum and dad went. So the top honcho of the army at the time said, oh, you don't need to hang around with us as adults. That's boring. I'll introduce you to the youngsters. And there's me going, could get married to like an Air Force man. So this guy came up to me and he said, oh, I'll take her to the bar. I didn't really drink then either. And I saw his little book that had his name on it, and it was Charlie Flint. And I said, you're one of the ugly sisters. And he went, how do you know that? And I said, I'm doing your makeup. And that was it. Wow. So then we flirted a lot. So he's 8 years older than me. So of course I was still at school, and he was an RAF officer. So we were the talk of the islands. So even one function that we went to, we were in a very formal situation. So I wasn't allowed to drink because I wasn't 18, and there was a port being handed around, and the head of the army was allowed to do his speech. You're not allowed to eat until they eat first. It's very formal, and everything has to come from your right hand. Yeah, that's how I grew up. Yeah. And I remember him banging the table and saying, oh, we've got to talk about what's going on in the island and all of these rules and regulations that are coming in. And he said, it's been brought to my attention, there is a school bus stop going to be put outside the officers' mess. And everybody just stared at Charlie and I, and we just like, oh my God. And then everybody just roared with laughter. I mean, it was a joke. But I used to go in on a Friday in my school uniform and have tea and toast at the officers' mess, we were the talk of the town, but here we are 30 odd years later.
What did he do for the RAF besides me thinking he's a fighter jet pilot?
Well, he wishes, but he actually controlled them. Wow. Yeah, so he's not an equivalent to an air trafficker. So an air trafficker is in the tower for when the aeroplanes take off. Once the aeroplanes take off, he takes over. So if a fighter plane would take off from the runway, the air traffic control tower would take them off from the runway. Once it was out of the airspace, my husband would control it. Wow. So he's what you call a fighter controller. So
he would even know the adversities that are coming towards the fighter pilot. So he'd have to communicate about everything and anything, correct?
If I found out, if I knew, I would be dead. That's what he used to always say to me. He would say, I'd say, oh, how was your
Well,
trip?
you did die.
Oh, yeah.
You must have known too much.
But
You must have known too much. And then he goes, all right, let her off the hook.
I mean, there was very secret stuff. For 7 years, he did Bosnia, he did Croatia, he did the Gulf. So I never actually knew much about what was going on other than there was thousands of people killed. And unfortunately, he was one of the people that would say bomb. But it's not something that we really talk about. But that's his, so now he teaches people how to, he does a lot of simulator stuff. So he works for Boeing. So he swapped over from the Air Force. We came to Australia through the Air Force. Then he's worked for Boeing, who's the airframe here, and teaches the software.
Wow.
But my son-in-law's an air trafficker. So my husband is similar, but military. So my son-in-law's RAF, air trafficker. My husband's a fighter controller, and my son writes the programming.
Oh my God.
So sometimes the conversations, and then it'll be like, in the olden days, it would be like, we can't talk about that. If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Oh my God.
So that's what I've been brought up with, is like, I can't ask questions.
It's every guy's dream, you know that? For a female not to ask questions.
Yeah.
Chris, we've got to become RAF pilots, man. Fighter jets, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We've got to get in. That's why we made the mistake. We're not part of the military, because when a girl asks us a million questions, we go, can't tell you. I'd have to kill you.
Absolutely.
And
right.
literally we do.
And you know what? I don't actually care. So it's just like, he just, we got together in the UK, it was so funny because people would come up and say, do you have pavements outside your house? And I'm just like, what do you mean have I got a pavement outside my house? And apparently in those days, if you had a pavement, you were an officer's wife. If you didn't have a pavement, you were a non-officer's wife.
Wow.
And I never knew that because I'm so naive to all of that. And I didn't care. I'm just me. And of course, me as an aerobics instructor, turning up at the school gates in my little shorts and my crop top. I wasn't flower arranging. I wasn't doing Tai Chi or high tea or whatever you wanted to call it. I was always the outcast. Always.
Wow. So Scotland, England, Denmark, France,
Yeah.
Australia. Which one? Go in an order. Which one?
Obviously Scotland.
Yep.
As in preference?
Yeah.
None. Because going back to the very beginning is the fact that every single place that I've lived, every house, I think 15 houses in the space of 8 years. It's just been, what an amazing opportunity in life. Absolutely.
Look, I'm sure everyone's on the edge of their seat wanting to know, how did I die? How did you die? So let me build it up for everyone. Let me just quickly find it, because we can go into the PTS. My husband, we spoke about him. He doesn't talk to her at all. That's understandable. And God, we all need a military job to stop talking to our wives.
I'd have to kill you.
So yes, you. Here we go. So you got an injury. Firstly, I'm gonna, without trying to read it all to word for word. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Did you hear something?
Yeah.
What was that noise?
Yeah.
There you go. That was weird. That was weird.
What did you hear?
Hey,
Chris, we heard something. Did you play video?
I don't know. Did it come from me? Maybe, I don't know.
We heard you go make a noise.
Oh, maybe.
See, that's the other side for me, that I do hear things.
Do you? What do you think it is?
From that.
From what?
Well, I reckon I had the sixth sense before all of this anyway, but the sixth sense has definitely come around because I saw myself, which was very weird. So what happened was we were at...
So you damaged your hand?
Yeah, so I've got a piece of metal from all the way from there to there.
Yes, go ahead.
And I can't turn my wrist, which not a lot of people know that.
Okay.
But yeah, so we were at a park in Denmark, and we had Charlie's father with us, and Casper was just turning 1, and so my daughter was 3, Casper 1, daughter 4, Casper 1, and we were at a park that was set up like in the olden days. So it had all the little it was like a little village, and I had this area where it's penny farthing bikes, stilts, massive beer barrels. that's a very hard word to say as a Scottish person, barrel. It's a big beer barrel, like a casket, and you walked on it because that's what they used to do for fun.
Yeah.
So my husband said, oh, I'll have a go at that. That looks pretty cool. So he got up on it and did a couple of steps, jumped off. And then we held our daughter on it. She was 4. We held her with both hands. She sort of moved a little bit and I went, I want a go of that. So of course, me being me, very stubborn, I said, I'll do it myself. So Troy came up behind me and I went, get off. So I went onto my knees, tried to step up. As I stepped up, it went from underneath me and I flew up in the air and I came down on my coccyx. That's why my back's been damaged, and landed with both hands.
Yeah.
This one I turned around and I just went, oh, that one's not in the right spot. It was dislocated. So I just went, oh, I'll just put that back in, put it back in. And then I looked at that hand and like a bit of bone sticking out that way and like hanging off. And I just went, and that was me. I passed out. I don't know whether it was looking at it or the pain. And it was on quite hard concrete. So my husband went, oh shit, we've really got to get her to hospital. So he called the park, saw it happening. So they said, we'll open the gates to get an ambulance through. And then they said, you're actually quicker getting your own car. By the time the ambulance gets here, you're quicker taking her. So it was about 45 minutes away. I have never felt pain like it in my life.
Yeah.
Even a bump wasn't even a bump, but the pain and me holding that. And my son at the age of 1, obviously picking up on it, was screaming. My father-in-law not knowing what to do. And I remember me just shouting out in between going in and out of consciousness of, put his dummy in his mouth. Of course, he didn't understand a word I said. So I remember coming round and having this metal contraption on my fingers because they were trying to pull it back up to put back in place. Then came out of hospital, just like everybody else with a broken arm, and had to deal with it. My bum was so black and blue and my back was like black but they didn't look at that. It was all this. 6 months of rehab, doing a hammer of physio, couldn't turn it. And they just said, you're going to have to go in for an operation. We're going to have to cut all out here and we're going to have to pin it. This bone is not stable. It's just, never really thought much about it. It was my second big operation. Went in and I sort of had been to the gym the day before because it was like, I'm going to the gym. I won't be able to train for 6 weeks. I've got to get it in. And all I remember, and it was like it was yesterday, is I was floating above myself, looking down.
So but they gave you something that created
anaesthetic. So I was overdosed on anaesthetic.
You overdosed on anaesthetic?
So from what I have an understanding of is because my husband was not at the hospital at the time, he had 2 little kids at home, he was called in. So he had that horrible phone call to say, your wife is extremely ill, we think you need to get here now.
Wow.
And meantime, I was having a great sleep.
Having a lot of stuff, yeah.
And all I remember is looking at myself from above.
Wow.
And seeing my husband sitting there with Casper on his knee and my daughter standing, and it's as if it was yesterday. And I can tell you exactly what she was wearing, how she looked, what my son was wearing at the age of 1.
They were there?
They were absolutely
there. So you're
there.
watching.
So he was
watching
already watching me, not knowing whether I was alive or not. Yeah. And I was watching myself from above. And I just went, what the hell are you doing down there? And then I just went, oh no, that is not happening. And I was literally having a full-blown conversation with myself and seeing my kids there and my husband there. And he's very fidgety. And even on that day, he was fidgeting with his knee rocking and my son on his knee. And my daughter standing there playing with her mouth because she always played with her mouth. It was as if it was yesterday. And I just went, not happening. And that was it, straight back in.
Did you wake up pretty much immediately?
Yeah, and then I remember the bleepers and everything all going off. And
wow. So so
it was actually really nice. It wasn't horrible though.
That's what I'm saying. What was the feeling? Peace? Was it peaceful?
Absolutely. It was just I had a full conversation.
But did you like?
It was not scary at all.
Like, yeah. What I'm getting is, did you like how with it's going to sound like a bit hilarious in some ways. Did you like look over your shoulder to see what's behind you, where I'm going?
No,
here?
not at all.
Did you sense death? Did it feel, or just what I'm saying? You're looking at yourself.
Yeah.
You're looking at your husband. Did that seemingly feel as if it was death? Like, did you go, so, like, what? I'm not saying you went, oh, so
It
this
wasn't
is what
dark. It wasn't dark as if it wasn't dark at all.
So how do you,
I think because I wasn't ready to go.
okay. So
Where I
you,
think if you're, maybe if you're dying and you're ill or something like that, but because I wasn't as a sick person, maybe it's different. I don't know, because we never have that opportunity
so what
to
do you,
ask.
so tell us what death is then. So how do you
I'm actually,
get, what do you think happens, seeing that you saw that?
I think you just don't have the choice.
So
Where I know that I had the choice.
right, so you had a choice. So what do you think happens when you don't have a choice?
You just go.
Where do you go? Like, what I'm saying, do you still see where you're going?
Absolutely.
You think you see
Oh,
where you're
absolutely.
Wow.
I don't think there's anything as, I think we're still, I have seen that people talk to me. I'll tell you a funny story. Our gym is right next to a funeral
grave.
parlour.
A funeral.
So we've got the funeral parlour, the white ladies. We've got us as a gym. We've got a pool shop, and we've got tobacconists, and we've got Domino Pizza. So you have your Domino
So you have
Pizza.
dead people coming through, getting
You
a smoke
have Domino
and
pizza. They go and kill themselves with that. Then they go to the tobacconist, kill themselves even more. And they either come in to us in between, or they go straight to the funeral parlour. But no word of a lie, I know when there's somebody in there.
You know it.
Oh, absolutely.
So you have a sixth sense. Tell us about your sixth sense.
I've had that since I was a child.
So explain it.
Yeah. Do you remember Lockerbie air crash? So it is now, I would have been
remember that now, yeah.
13, so it was Christmas when I was 13. There was a plane explosion over us in Scotland, and he bombed the plane while he was on it, and it was going from America.
So was a suicide bomber on there?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that night, that's when it all started. No word of a lie. I got up that following morning. We never knew it happened because it was overnight. It was at night time, so I was in bed. I got up the next morning. My mum said, "You look as though you've seen a ghost." I said, "I've seen 200 and odd of them."
Wow.
She went, "What are you talking about?" I said, "There's been a really bad accident. Something has happened with an aeroplane that's blown up." I did not know anything about that aeroplane. It was 18 miles away from our house. It actually switched all our electricity off as it came over, and it actually, the next morning going to school, there was things in our back garden. There was blankets, there was diamonds all over the golf course, there was Christmas cards. My dad had the Christmas cards from the houses that the aeroplane had landed into, given into in the bank because they all had money in it because it was just before Christmas. So we were very, very highly involved with that. And that's when my aeroplane dreams started. So then I was petrified of planes. I've married somebody in the Air Force. I've lived on an air base with the fast jets. Very odd. And I had this reoccurring dream all the time that one of the planes that he was going on was going to crash right in front of me. All the time. Every single time I looked out the back bedroom, because I knew roughly when he would be landing, because he'd been away in Italy for 3 weeks, and he would say, "I'm coming home today, we'll be landing about 4 o'clock. I could look out our back bedroom, I would see him, I'd get in the car and go and pick him up. I could not look to see when that plane was landing because that was my recurring. And I thought, if I look and it's going to happen because I've brought that on.
Yeah.
The amount of aeroplane things I should not know anything about that I've told my husband about.
Wow.
But going back to the gym, I've had knocks on the wall, and I'll go, "Did you just hear that?" And I'll take my earphones out, and they'll go, "No."
Even Chris's noise now, whatever that was.
And I know somebody's next door, and I'll make everybody laugh. I'll go, "It's all right, they're doing deadlifts."
Wow. do you find
They're
it?
coming in my gym to do deadlifts.
They're
fine.
Do you find it as a gift?
Absolutely, I love it. But sorry,
No, not sorry.
but I'm very close to it when I'm not right myself. You have to be very open to it. So when I'm doing massages, I've heard things, I've seen things, I've said names to people, and they'll just go, "I just spoke to them on the phone outside." It's like, "Sorry, I didn't know," and I don't necessarily know much. But absolutely, I don't look at it as scary at all. I would love to know more.
Are you going to delve into it more?
Oh, absolutely. Because I'm feeling ready for that. This year is going to be quite amazing.
Wow.
So I'm delving into that because I think it is something.
I think you know if you've got a sixth sense, and
We all have it.
I think we all have it, but I have it as well.
Yeah.
Not so much that dead people come and see me or ghosts or anything like that. No, I know what's about to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but I also know you can't, like, what I'm getting at is, it's kind of like you just
Well, it's gut instinct.
it's
It's your gut.
It's your gut. But you got gut instinct, but you wanna not believe it, but it's not just your gut.
Yeah.
It's that it's reoccurred that many times
Absolutely.
that you go, that feeling and
Yeah.
the reoccurrences in the past that I was oblivious to,
Yeah.
naive to, it seems like it's going to happen.
Absolutely. So that's why today was really interesting for me, is because I am at the moment, I've gone back to being quite intuitive. I don't know whether it's prep when you're very tunnel visioned, you don't allow you don't have the energy to absorb anything else. So it stops for me, where now that I'm not doing that, yeah, I've still got my own challenges, but I seem to be opening up other avenues again, which I'd forgotten how much I loved.
Yeah.
So even doing this, there was, as I said to you downstairs, there was nothing questioning about it. Where even if I feel that everybody should learn that if they're questioning it, it means it's not right.
100%. And I think if you're questioning it, to take some ownership to fix it or do it yourself. So in other words, like I said, sometimes, when we talk about relationships, we can scream black and blue and blame the other person.
Yeah.
But you have to realize you only have yourself that you can fix as far as you can, and the rest of it is left to
absolutely
the universe.
Which is a hard one.
It's a hard one,
and also because you sometimes want the other person to help fix you too.
Yeah, but I was just, like I said, I was saying that to, I don't know about you, but I seem to have, I think I was telling Chris too, I seem to have people that out of the blue turn up and their life's a mess. Oh. But the thing is, and what I find, no, but what I mean is, but the thing is, I'm at the point, this is not crude, but I've come to the point where I actually don't want to help anyone. Hear me out. But I can't help but help.
Yeah.
So automatically I go into the mode, and I don't want to, but naturally I do.
Yeah.
But what's making me sad is I wonder, would they want to be in my life when they're happy? And that makes me sad, because I want to, because there's two Steves now saying, hey, Steve, yeah, that guy, he thinks you're unreal, but you're helping them in a hard time.
Yeah.
But when they're good, they don't even know you. So
they don't even ask how you are.
Why are you so concerned to want to help them? And I got a feeling we can't change that. And sometimes, have you noticed as well, and I know this is you now, that you've had a fight with someone, and as soon as somehow sorries or conversations had, you just want to move on. Yeah. And you're simple to please in the sorry department. Yeah. Like they'll go,
all I want is a sorry.
Yeah. Or all you want is a bit of communication, like, look, I know we argued, here's a tea and coffee. Yeah. And then you're going, great, can we change the subject now?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I hate it when people stay in the subject. I'm like, come on, please, let's get out of this. Can we move on?
It's just exhausting.
It is exhausting.
I can't be bothered. It's just like, my husband and I battle quite a lot. From outsiders, I think a lot of people will, somebody came up to us, this was very early on in our marriage, and they said, you just bicker all the time. Do you not know what our marriage is supposed to be like? You're supposed to love each other and be nice to each other. And I'm like, that's a bit boring. But we do. But that's just our language.
Is that Scottish language?
No, but he's English, and that's even worse. As my grandfather said, I really like him, but he's bloody English.
Something with the Italian.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's just, our kids do get highly frustrated with us bickering, but sometimes we're just we are very stubborn, unfortunately. And it's not that we don't we still love each other. We still cherish each other. Sometimes we just don't see each other in the same pathway.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gone our separate ways many a time, and we've had to come back together, and because we've grown up together. And there's a lot of marriages nowadays will just go, oh no, we've gone our separate ways, so fuck it, we're not going to come back together. Where we have definitely gone that way, but we've always had something that's kept us going.
Are you mates?
Absolutely, because I think we must be.
That's what I'm saying. You must be fucking mates.
I know. That sounds really bad that I even have to question that one.
No, but some people are together, not even mates. Like people are friends.
I think
they're not friends.
sometimes I think he hates me just as much as I hate him.
But don't you hate friends sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, what I'm getting is, don't you think the center stone of relationship is a friendship?
Yeah,
and we all forget to have friendship. What do you reckon, Chris?
Yeah, I think so.
We've got a lot.
That's a quick answer. Chris.
We both are very similar in the fact that all we want is people to be kind to themselves, and I don't like talking about work away from work, and he's had to learn that unfortunately because he has his own job and the gym is my business, but he is definitely much the business. He's a money man, so we do have to talk about work. But sometimes at 7 o'clock at night, the last thing I want to do is talk about fucking work. And I'll just say to him, can you just stop? He doesn't have a stop button.
All right. I'm going to give, because you said you'd like to be with my psychologist. I'll tell you what.
Do you want her name? Her
name is Jenny. So yeah, I used to say to Jenny the same thing. I go, God, like, I tried to have a conversation with her, I'd say, or you, like, he'd try to have a conversation with you, and she'd go to me, when did you have the conversation? And I said, while I was getting ready for work, while I was leaving. She goes, so you were telling her what you wanted or what you both had to do or organize in the corridor? And I said, yeah. She goes, no. So the truth be told, I realized when I was leaving, I go, hey, listen, we've got to, and no, I joke, I went, I'm in the corridor. I go, I'll talk to you later. It was so, like, I can't believe I've kind of forgotten these things.
Sorry, I'm bringing them all back up.
No, it's really good because it's learning the mastery of it. So what I'm getting is, so she said to me, sometimes just like everything, you've got to create an appointment.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You got to, like, so what I'm saying is if your husband is at 7 o'clock at night, because he doesn't know. Someone's got.
And it's hard for him as well.
No, but it's not his fault. It's no one's fault.
Yeah.
But someone in the equation. It's not Giselle's fault.
Yeah.
But my fault because someone told me.
Yeah.
When do you do it?
Yeah.
So she said to me, so when I'm leaving and I'm going, and I go, listen, tonight.
Yeah,
at
7 o'clock.
At 7 o'clock, can we just sit on the couch? I'm going to ask you something. So maybe when you're in bed and he's going to bring up money, no, you got to go to him. Hey,
time out.
No, you just got to say, do you want to talk about it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Let's say mid-morning.
Yeah.
And he'll go, all right. And then everyone gets a good night's sleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I want to.
We are very bad. I'll be honest. And
You're bad, but I've learned.
We're
both
as bad as each other because I can understand his point of view because he needs to talk about it, but I put my barriers up because I'm just like, I'm done. I'm literally done. I've been at work from 9 till 7, 3 days in a row, and I'm done. I don't want to hear a voice. I don't want to hear music. I don't want to hear anything. I just want to sit like a zombie and eat my food and not talk about work. I don't want emails because my phone goes off left, right and centre. And I have a work phone as well. But they still feel the need that they can private message me on my own phone. Like at 7:30 about their membership. It's just like,
Like sometimes we wonder why we have our own businesses.
Yeah, why do we?
So demanding. Our businesses are so demanding. When we work for people, we just get paid and turn up and say, I'm sick today. And we get holiday pay.
To fill shelves at Coles. Sometimes I just think,
that's rich.
I would just love to do that.
Imagine just filling the shelves up at Coles.
You put your own... You just do it. But I would be so OCD that everything would have to be, and if anybody touched it, I'd even be going into Coles the next day to see if it was out of place.
I
don't think I'd be very good at the job.
If I was doing Coles shelving, there's a few things that would happen. One, I'd fill the shills too quickly, and my subordinates around me would hijack it and get me fired because now I've showed them all off that I'm packing the shills too
That's
quickly.
how my daughter was.
So I'll get fired.
Yeah.
Or two, I'll realize watching them, they're getting paid the same money to do it slowly, and I'd become a lazy bastard. So I just either one or two, I either got fired for being too good at my job, or three, I go, and I'd become them. And I'll probably be outside having smoko with them.
I don't
and
think you
having
would.
beers.
I don't think you would allow yourself to.
No, but what I mean is that's what I'm saying. I'd be fired. And I have.
I'd love a checkout at Coles. How cool would that be? Somebody actually was a manager at Aldi, and he said, you know what, I would love to have an experiment of you have one of the checkouts and you would have all these people come through and see what they were allowed to buy and what they're not allowed to buy. And you'd just be throwing the things out of their trolleys and going, you're not eating that.
But it's hilarious how you can judge someone coming through by what they buy. Like you could tell when, like I said, you're watching the people with the low fat this and the protein this, and you go, all right. And then the other person comes with red frogs.
Do you not think that the trolleys are getting worse though? The people they're putting in the trolleys are getting worse.
They're picking from all those trees that I told you about, those amazing trees.
I get my anxieties off the wall going to the supermarket because I just get. But then people say to me, I've had one person, no words of a lie, he came up and he said, can I follow you around the shops? And I went, sure, why? And he went, because I want to know what you put in your trolley. And I went, it's nothing exciting. And then I put bread in or something like that. It's before I started to make my sourdough. You eat bread? Yeah, I eat bread.
What do you make with the sourdough?
Literally, that is just water and flour.
Wow, nice.
And Celtic salt.
Celtic salt, yeah.
And that's it.
And what about the cookies?
Butter. Lots of butter.
Lots of butter.
Flour. It's rice flour actually, and sugar and the Cadbury's, and that's it. They're just it's simple.
So, and the person that wanted to walk around with you, isn't it funny that they think there's some kind of secret, but it's very boring?
I know.
It's a tuna can.
It was weird.
Chicken breasts, some rice, sweet potatoes.
See, I don't eat all of that.
No, but what I'm I'm trying to say to you. What do you eat?
I actually eat a fantastic diet. So
I'll be the judge of that.
I actually watch what you eat every day, and I think it is so funny because it's like I feel like saying, and put this in and put that in. But I have because
Today was desperate. What do you see?
What did you have this morning?
Oh my God. I didn't do any food prep. So I'll go to myself, I got nothing cooked.
I don't really food prep anymore.
No, but what I mean is I don't container food prep. I just cook a lot of chicken and I cook a lot of rice.
I always have that.
There, but I got nothing, and obviously I had a little.
Joyce brought her shortbread and
I had
sourdough.
I had a little bit of a sleep in too. So I went, fuck. Okay, so I had 3 eggs.
Yeah.
and 3 rice cakes.
What I
mean is it's that boring in a black coffee. But I can improvise. But even Chris would be saying, "Where's your food prep?" I always come with. If you notice, I've got no food prep. Do you know?
I'm the same. I didn't actually do it.
No, but I'm saying
usually I would have brought in my container.
In 3 years, I've always had containers. Yeah. Today was just something weird. But
do you know what I did today? And I've never bought this. I bought one of these plug-in electric frying pans that you just plug in. So I brought my egg whites with me. I brought my eggs from home because they've got double yolks in them at the moment. They're amazing. Mm-hmm. I brought my sourdough, so I chopped it up already, so I didn't need to bring my bread knife. And we've got a tiny little room. Nice. And I had this plug-in frying pan. It was brilliant. It's like, why have I never had this before? So it means that I can book anywhere now and just take that with me for like $20 from Kmart. Wow. How good was that?
No, it's unreal. Like I said to you. So because we've talked everything surrounding around bodybuilding, of course. But what I was going to ask you is, so you mentioned aerobics. So it was doing a leg workout. It was all that.
So I started it.
So what made you start or become a PT? What were you before that?
I've been PTing since I was 14.
All right. So you from 14 you've been PTing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're a NABBA judge?
Yes, I am.
Australian NABBA judge?
Yes, I
did not know that.
Yes.
So were you at Sydney? Were you at the Sydney show?
Yep.
How come
and I was in NABBA judging before Maria. So I'm one of the longest ones. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was at the NABBA show in Sydney.
Yeah. So which one?
The one where the international guests came.
Yeah, I was there. I wasn't judging with that one, unfortunately.
We probably didn't even know each other that well yet.
No, we didn't
Because I
know.
think you were still going
Yeah,
overseas.
I
to
had a
compete.
client in the show at that time and I was helping backstage. So I love how I got in. I don't even know how I got involved with NABA, but it was before Maria's time. So I've been like around NABA, even though I've never competed for them, which is really bizarre. I mean, Maria's asked me a couple of times, oh, would you actually compete? And I went, no, because you'll throw red tomatoes at me. That's how I feel about competing. I literally go on stage thinking that somebody's going to throw a red tomato at me. I go out completely defeated. And I don't know why. I just don't have that competitive edge at all.
I'm not going to even argue the point because I understand that, but you must love challenging yourself for some reason, not because
Challenges every day.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I got a feeling it's in your DNA. I don't think you'll surrender to the defeated attitude, even though it's there.
Yeah.
And whether you're okay with it or not, you're just going to go up against it.
Well, even today, if you think about it, what I do in life is put myself in a difficult circumstance or something that not everybody would see it as difficult, but I put myself out of my comfort zone. I try and do something nearly every single day that's out of my comfort zone. Sometimes that's actually just taking my dogs out a walk. That can be out of my comfort zone, especially with Oscar, because he can be challenging, and that's 100 kilos I've got. So that can be a challenge, and I just walk home after that and just go, you know what, today that was my challenge. And I think that is so self-rewarding.
Yeah. So
stepping on stage is a massive challenge for me. Huge. And it's a weird, so literally, this is how much I do not reflect on anything. It makes people laugh. I'll come off stage, I'll take my shoes off, I'll pack my bag and I'll leave. That is literally how quick I am. I'm off stage, shoes off, dress over my bikini and I'm out. And people will just go, she's not staying. It's like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm finished. Don't even think about it.
What was it like competing overseas?
I love that part of the aspect as well. So I did Olympia last year.
Yeah, how was that?
I got food poisoning.
Oh.
It was really sad. But you know what? It happened for a reason. Absolutely. Again, I don't live with overthinking it. It happened for a reason. I just was not meant to be there. And I fought the whole process of, it wasn't on my radar to do Olympia. Circumstances happened. And I just went, you know what? I want to be at the expo. I want to be around this environment. I love that whole thing. So I just want to be there. And I just thought, you know what? I'll just do it. But Milan was the one that I was working towards. And
How was Milan?
Milan was amazing.
That's why you were.
As an experience of being in Europe and competing, I mean, my God, to think I was competing against, and what was good about it was it was a Euro Masters, so everybody was over 35. Where Olympia, well, Masters is classed as over 35, so I'm competing against 35-year-olds, even as a 50, nearly 52. That's hard. Our bodies are not the same.
Not the same, no.
Where with Euro Masters, what's so great is you're segregated into 5 years.
Okay.
So 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 40, so much better. So that had been on my radar for quite a while. But my God, those female, it was the biggest competition in the whole of Europe. And I think there was over 500 competitors. It was huge.
Well, that's huge.
Huge.
What's the easiest part on prepping?
I don't find it hard at all. I take me back to join 2013. Oh my God, chicken, rice, tuna, rice, broccoli, and I now discover I cannot eat broccoli. I was putrid. I remember my dog even getting up off the sofa when I fought it and just looking at me going, what was that?
Yeah, broccoli does that.
Oh, it was, and my guts just can't digest it. And to think of how much diets have changed, it's amazing now. I just love it. And my food hasn't changed. So for 3 years, I've been eating practically exactly the same food every day because I love my food.
So what's your bodybuilding food hack? What's a food that you have?
Don't overthink it.
Really?
Absolutely. Literally, food is really, really easy. It's just carbohydrates, protein and fats. That is it. It's not difficult. People overthink and think that it's boring. I think there's a saying, oh, food is fuel, blah, blah, blah. You've got to enjoy it though. You can't just say to somebody, it's just fuel. Well, a load of shit. You've got to want to eat and you've got to want to savour it and enjoy it. And I love food. I could probably be 100 kilos quite easily because I could eat that whole tub I could have eaten all 12 shortbreads when I was making them while they were still hot.
Wow.
Easily.
I'm still wondering how I haven't had a second one. But the bread is...
that is a day, that is literally a day's worth for me.
Yeah, no, I'm going to,
I will eat that size every single day myself.
I'll give Chris a slice while I take that home, and I'll give Chris half a cookie.
I was so lucky last year, because I was still on something like 2,500 calories leading up into comp.
How much?
2,500 calories leading into my comp. No depleting, no anything. No water manipulation, absolutely none.
How'd you get yourself down to that lean? Cardio?
I think my body is actually quite smart, and up here is quite smart. So I'm quite chilled about it. And Olympia was different. I got the food poisoning and I just couldn't eat. And I remember I don't even remember competing at Olympia. It wasn't until I looked at my photographs and went, oh yeah, that's who I was standing next to. I remember coming off stage, and they now have, it's being videoed backstage, and one of the judges is sitting backstage looking at monitors so that when you come off, you can get feedback straight away. I just literally walked off and took my shoes off, and he just said, would you like some feedback? And I went, no, there's no point. That was shit. I was shit. And he just said, no, I really think you need to hear feedback. I've never asked for feedback. You know deep down, you know yourself. And he said, you do not need to get any leaner. And I went, well, that's a good thing. And he said, but you need to fill up. And I went, I've been trying for 3 days. And he went, what happened? I said, I got food poisoning with my very first meal when I landed. And he went, oh dear. And he said, are you all right? And I went, yeah, I'm okay. I was just a zombie. I was just literally trying to get through.
Food poisoning is like...
I also think it was unfortunately the American food. It did not agree with me. And even when I was buying sourdough, my gut, and my coach, she's so beautiful. She was actually at Olympia because she had some Olympians competing as pros. And she just said to me at Milan, she went, I couldn't tell you at the time, but you were just not there.
Who's your coach?
Meg, do you know Meg in Cuba?
Where's she from?
She's in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, she's actually from where my husband's from, funny enough.
Okay.
She's beautiful. So she was in Olympia, not last year, the year before, and she came, I think, 14th as a figure girl, and she's retired. Okay. It's not for her anymore.
14th out of 300 girls is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, but she is...
3,000.
She's going down, she's talking up actually about the way that figure and competing is becoming, and I'm absolutely loving the channel that she's now going, and she's talking up, and she's got a big following because of that, and it's opening up a lot of what's really happening in the bodybuilding world.
It seems like there's a lot of wars opening up, talking going up, and I think I don't know what it is. I mean, I had it's Matt. Yeah, it was Matt, the guy that we had on from Muscle Discord.
Matt,
yeah, Matt from Muscle Discord.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like there's something going on.
Yeah, I don't really. Do you know what? That's something that I just like myself from, because it's nothing to do with me. I do me.
No, but what I mean is that she's concerned. She's concerned about
the way that the judging is going,
but a lot of things. But I think,
and the way that the girls are having to change as well, which is. Well, do you know the last time I was here, literally at East Gardens, I was at a Nicole Wilkins workshop.
Oh.
And I stayed at Coogee. So she was my idol. That's when so Nicole Wilkins was a figure girl. Look at the difference between what she was and now.
Well, even did you know even Monica Brandt? Mm-hmm. Do you know she won the Olympia Natural?
I know.
She's never taken steroids.
Yeah, I know.
What I'm getting at is, but we've normalized steroids.
Absolutely.
To the point where guys are online talking steroids and they look like shit. Like we're talking about, they don't look that good.
I know.
Like that. Yes, they're pumped.
Yeah.
But they're pumped by a steroid.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting is,
what's wrong up here though?
No, but they're too young. Mm-hmm. They're too naive, and they're just.
I didn't even know what steroid was.
But they're also talking about, it's all Chinese whispers.
Yeah.
So your coach that got you on the juice.
Yeah.
tells you to take this, and then you start advocating that everyone should be on this cycle because you took this
very
cycle.
dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
And
So-
as a female, I would
and
never,
the females
ever.
are even more so now
Yeah.
are pumping what guys are having. All the like you, Chris, and some of the girls that have told me they're on the juice, and literally I can't believe it.
I know. I saw when I did the Arnold's in Australia, I've done that a couple of times. I was literally lining up to register, and I saw a girl. Have to be very careful. There was a girl that I was competing against, and she had a lump in her shoulder. And I just went to my coach at the time. I just went, "What's going on with her shoulder?" And she just looked at me. She went, "Do you not know?" And I went, "No." One of the judges at the time took her aside and just went, "I'll deal with that." And I'm just like, I had no idea what a steroid was. I only knew about Arnold Schwarzenegger and steroids, but that was a whole different
So
world.
you've competed
to me.
natural?
I have competed natural many, many times because I'm so naive. Even nowadays, I'm still naive. And if there's anything crops up in a conversation, I'll go and do my homework. Like yesterday, Meg said, right, I think we're going to get you on, my cholesterol's a little bit high. We're going to put you on a citrus bergamot. So you know what? I'll do my own research on that because I'm not putting anything in my body without finding out first. And I think everybody should do that, regardless of whether it's food, alcohol, tobacco, vaccines, going back to everything. We all have the information there.
No, look, like I said to you, it's.
But
I just think myself too. I'm just letting you know that phone fucking owns me, and it's giving me dopamine hits, and I haven't even accomplished anything. I'm realizing I am lost in my phone first thing in the morning, and it's already satisfied me to the point where I don't even need to go and
have your coffee. Because you've already got your dopamine hit.
I've got my, and not only that, I'm stuck in that. I'm stuck at the office without jumping in the car and communicating with people and cutting deals.
Yeah.
And when I need to cut deals, it's at the 11th hour because I've spent too much time on the phone.
Yeah.
So even sometimes doing podcasts has helped me just get away from my phone. So it's crazy. So we're coming close to the end, but I just want to know
There's poor people listening to us, but they'll have switched off ages ago.
No, I don't even know what they're. To be honest, I don't even know what they're listening to. 141 podcasts now. What are you guys listening to?
I don't know. What are you listening to?
What are you guys listening to?
There's some two old codgers, one with a funny accent, one with long hair. We're both.
So if you're wondering what they're listening to here,
I don't know either.
I'm wondering what they're listening. You know what? No joke. This is serious. I have people come up to me, like I've had people come up to me and go, even Chris was once, go, "Hey, you're the host on Muscle Talks podcast." And I go, yeah, I am. And they go, "Oh, I really love your podcast."
Which is awesome. And how do you respond to that? Do you go, "Thank you so much"?
I say, "Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it." Sometimes I go like this, "What do you like?" No, I do. Every single person I go, "What do you like?" And they go, most have said they like it, that it seems real and raw.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a bank guy that if I need money or go ask about money, he's just a simple guy. And he goes, "Oh, I've been enjoying your podcast."
Yeah.
And his name's Peter Goldberg. I went, "What do you like about him, Pete?" And he goes, "I like how real and raw they are."
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But the funniest is when they walk off, I always turn to Chris and go, "What do you think they like, Chris?" And Chris goes, "I don't know." So we just laugh our heads off. So what I mean is, and I train at this gym called Hardcore Gym.
Yeah, which I'm not allowed to because it's a female gym.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this gym. And
so that's what we're going to do now, actually.
Yeah, and I'll have to say that I like that gym because I think we as men need a sanctuary. Like
absolutely.
No one understands it.
No, but, I get that.
And I know that they're Muslims and they're doing it for religious reasons of temptation. I get it. Okay, I got it, Will. Because I say to my mates, "Do you want to come to Hardcore?" And they go, "Mate, there's no girls there." I said, "What's wrong with that?" Like most people go, or they bag the culture.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, no one knows except one or two people that I've got a podcast. As soon as I had Ahmed Hurachi on, they will go, I did not know you've been training for 5 years. Have you got a podcast? So because Ahmed, the Muslim undertaker, was on.
He was brilliant.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, the whole gym knows me now.
Yeah.
And they're all going, and everyone's going to me, I can't wait to come on your podcast. All these young guys are going, I'm just
It's
thinking,
so funny because the amount of people that have actually said to me, Joy, you would be so good at doing podcasts. So after this has been really, you never know where things take you, and I do think everybody has a voice.
Look, I know I'm a salesman, but not to say, obviously you can see what we're doing at the moment. We're starting a mentoring program, me and Chris, and you can see that we're not small fry here. Like, we are truly professional, but I think we know from where the humble beginnings were to
absolutely,
to even the humble moments now. So I think what I'm saying to you is yes.
I think it'd be around food though. Yeah, I've got an idea.
Yeah, but podcasts, no one understands they're actually inexpensive and very helpful. Yeah. It's easier to do than trying to capture moments out there in the world. So yeah, if you think, like I said, with your food and your lifestyle, I even told Chris we can coach knitting clubs. If they want to do a podcast about knitting, we'll get them to understand, because people like to knit.
Well, my granny, I'm supposed to knit.
Yeah, well, what I'm getting is and
not have tattoos.
We were meant to. Well, we were meant to. Like I said, we're not going to discriminate what kind of a podcast anyone wants to do, because I think that's the world we live in. There's stories to be shared and told.
Absolutely, and I don't think we listen enough.
What made you get tattoos, by the way? As well, tattoos.
Oh, because I'm a rebel. So my very first one was a tiny little one on my shoulder, and it was a daisy, and I don't know why it was a daisy, and I literally went into this really rough tattoo place in Lincoln in the UK, and I went home and Charlie went, have you got a tattoo? And I went, yeah, but don't tell my mum and dad. And I got an earring up at the top of my ear as well. And we were going to a family function, and I had said to him, please do not, and I wore a t-shirt covering it. I had my hair down, and Charlie went, guess what Joy's done? I'm like, are you joking me? And then my first thing my mum said was, I always wanted a tattoo.
I know, it's funny, isn't it?
Well, why didn't you get one? And she went, I always wanted a butterfly. So I said, well, just go and get one. And literally every time I go home now, which is about every 6 months, my mum, they've given up. They're just like, you get any more? Yes. I mean, I just got 5 last week.
So what?
I got 5 last week.
All right. So, my tattooist, who didn't do this one but did some of the others, her tattoo company is called Catch the Bug, and that means that. And the reason it is because once you get a tattoo,
I don't know what it is. I literally don't know.
There's something about it.
I don't know.
What
I'm not addicted to it or anything. I just have this. But literally,
I think I'm quite boring. But then I realized, one guy said to me at the funeral, he goes, what's that? I said, it's just oil stains from working on my car.
I don't know. I mean, they all have meaning. They all have meaning to me.
I think we just want to say a story. And look at them.
The words that I have, like I must start to believe in myself a little bit more. I can. I will. That's fallen out twice, because maybe I shouldn't. I will, and I am here. That is very relevant. I am here right now, and make the most of being here right now. I read that quite a lot. And then it's respect and loyalty, because it's not just about respect for each other and loyalty to each other. You've got to respect and be loyal to yourself. And the 5 that I got last week was number 11. I see that everywhere. A cupcake, because I love cupcakes. A little paw print, because my animals. And that one. So that was last week.
Interesting. All right. A few more things and then we're done. So, because I think it's important. So you had sciatica. How did you fix it? Pilates.
It's still there, unfortunately. It'll never go. It's just I deal with it.
Is it inflamed?
It was from the accident of falling off the beer barrel. That's when all the damage was done to my lower spine. And then I got told I had 2 very badly discs in my back that
L4
they
and
said.
L5? Yeah,
and in fact, I think there was about 3. I had the bulging discs, the whole lot. And then they said, well, I think you need surgery.
Don't do surgery.
No, and also because I was like, I am not dying again.
No, but don't do surgery.
And I said, I'm not having surgery. I've got
Every
to
single
try.
Person that's got back surgery, they've done
absolutely. So I just went, you know what? I'm going to start lifting weights.
Well, I'm just going to let you know the one, because you mentioned it's Pilates.
Well, I became a Pilates instructor.
Yeah.
That was my first thing because I had my own studio in Paris. So I diversified. Instead of doing thump aerobics, I did thump aerobics, taught running. That was very bad English. And taught Pilates as well. And then I became a high school teacher. So I incorporated that into school. And that's where I sort of healed, but there was a lot of shit going on, but I was told I'd be in a wheelchair. So that was another life thing as well. It said, if you don't do something now, you're going to be in a wheelchair.
I think lifting weights, it's got an element of core exercise, but Pilates really hits the core.
Oh, absolutely.
So I recommend hit the Pilates harder.
Yeah.
And obviously
It's got its purpose.
You suffered with depression and anxiety, and you're still kind of battling that since
that
the age of 8.
That's like an alcoholic saying that they don't drink anymore. I seriously believe that. I think it's unfortunately that it'll always be there. It's just me having the amber lights go off.
That is probably the best advice we've given in relation to that. Me too, everyone.
Yeah.
Don't medicate. Well, I'm sorry to say that, but if you can't,
it's not the answer.
But if you can get even before the medication, which sometimes you need, even before the medication is the amber light. If you can catch that amber light a lot, we're talking about before the crash, before the...
Oh, and believe me, I've been off that cliff a few times doing things that I never ever want my kids to witness ever again.
Do you know there's a movie that shows that analogy perfectly, and I'll tell you which movie. They're not trying to show that analogy, but I know it's the analogy. Do you know the movie with Jim Carrey, Bruce Almighty?
Yes.
Yeah, Bruce Almighty?
Yeah.
So Bruce hates God. Remember, he's hating God, Bruce Almighty. And remember, his girlfriend gave him those little worry beads, that little bracelet. She gave him a bracelet to wear, right? But when he's driving, it's at night. He's lost his job. Everything's going wrong. And he goes, God, talk to me. And he goes through an amber light.
Yeah.
And he's going, God, I don't know why you're not talking to me. And then it said detour. Wait a minute.
Wow.
And he's going, God, talk to me. And then the truck that had all the signs behind it. And he goes, and it says, stop, go back.
Yeah.
That was a truck holding traffic signs.
Yeah.
And he's going, God, tell me. He
was the sign.
He dropped the beads. Because she said they're going to look after you.
Yeah.
He bent down, and when he got up, he hit the pole. And that's what I'm saying. All these
signs. We definitely, and I think
that's the movie tells you like all the signs that you get beforehand.
And I think people are not aware of it, and they'll go to food, or they'll go to drink, or they'll do
100%.
something. Unfortunately, I mean, I've never done that. I've never.
Walking's good.
Yeah, well, I do.
Walking.
Yeah, I walk a lot, but that's part of my routine, and that's part of a little bit too much, unfortunately, because I'm very, very routine based, and if I go off that. But yeah, I think that's what saved me though, is being in a very good routine, and I will keep doing that. And it's when I fall off that, because something will happen and I'll fall off that routine, and that's when I have to be aware.
Does it help having such a strict routine and discipline? Do you think quietly it helps your family, your grandchildren, everyone around you, kind of quietly? Like, even though there could be some resistance in it, do you think in some ways it allows a center core, a center foundation that shows discipline is worked on, not necessarily earned alone?
Oh, absolutely.
And at the end of the day, if everyone's loose around you, at least one person is showing some light.
I think it means that I can take control very easily of a situation.
Yeah.
And I'm very much like, even packing the car yesterday, my husband now knows that do not park the car. We'll pack the car because Joy will come along and put things in its right place, because I can't stand rattling. I can't stand anything like that. So nothing can rattle.
I love it. Wow. Well,
don't run next to me with a pair of car keys in your pocket, because that is like, no way. Yeah. If I can hear those car keys rattling, I'm off the other direction.
No. I think I hear you. No, I hear you. All right, so we're going to go over the body, right? We're at the end. Yes, we're at the body part. Is there anything we haven't covered, any topics? Look, we always ask people to do questions, and most don't, trust me. You didn't get any questions. Did we get any questions, Chris? Can you just have a look before we finish up? Because I always forget to do that.
No, my poor kids wouldn't dare ask me a question.
Look, we ask it. You know what's funny?
No, I saw that.
I've had some major superstars on here, hear me out, and there's no, I don't know, I can't tell you. And there's some people that get a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I can never pick why so-and-so did and so-and-so didn't. I've never been able to pick
I don't think I have the platform that people would see.
No,
and
you
go,
don't. No, it's. I think most of the people that ask questions,
Yeah.
I think they're in their lives already asking a lot of questions. Where I guess like Ahmed
just went trust.
Harashi didn't
Yeah,
get. He's
they
got one.
trust
He's got
the process,
He's
or-
got 1.2 million followers.
Yeah.
You'd think there was no questions because Sean Ray, no questions.
Yeah.
Chris Cormier.
Well, I
no
don't feel
questions.
so bad then.
No, I'm just saying. No. I bet that will be like some trainer at the gym,
Interesting.
and then it's more like he knows the people that are asking the
Yeah,
questions.
yeah.
So,
So I'm not
maybe we're too open and honest.
I'm not an influencer.
No, but maybe I talk too much and give
Right,
everyone the
body
answer.
parts.
Maybe let's go over the body parts. All right. So exercise, sets and reps. I'll get to the body part. Traps. You know this because
I don't train them.
All right, don't train
It
them.
actually gives me a really bad headache. So if I cannot do anything like a face pull,
Oh.
anything like that, headache for days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Delts, side delts.
Love them.
And what do you train them? What do you do?
You can't tell them, unfortunately, because they don't grow.
No, I've been watching.
Lots of
I've
side
been watching.
raises.
I've been checking out your shoulders.
Oh,
You've got
really?
shoulders. Yeah, you got striations. You got striations. Can you see your shoulders? We can see the lines in here. Maybe it could be the lights we've got on.
I love doing any form of side raise, but very controlled. I'm a very controlling person when it comes to exercise.
Sets and reps.
Only 2 sets of about 10 to 12, 15 reps max. Very controlled, though I don't hold on to very many things. I do a lot of cuffed movements, so with cables.
Okay.
I've got two torn shoulders, so I have to rehab them. So
Okay. Rear delts.
again, I have to be careful not to involve my traps. So I don't do dumbbells, I'll do cables
Cable.
from a very high.
Pretty much 2 sets, 15 to
Yeah, that's
12 to 15.
roughly
Yeah.
for everything.
Front delts.
Don't do them.
Okay. Laterals.
As in side raises or
Back.
back. Love training back.
Yeah.
I love pull-ups. Lat pull-downs is my favourite because I just love that feeling. But then you just think, well, am I doing the right exercise? Everything is very programmed for me. So I never train. I'm very methodical. So sometimes I shut my eyes because it's not me that I'm feeling or seeing. It's, do you know those pictures that are up on the wall of all the muscles that are broken down?
Visualization of that stuff.
That's me.
Oh.
I think of all the fibers working, and if they're not firing on it, that exercise, I'm not doing it right.
Okay. No, that's
So I
good.
watch other people and I go, I could get them to do that better.
I know. I was training Con yesterday, and he was doing a pretty good job with
Good.
chest,
Don't do it.
abs.
I don't specifically do abs because core, there's a difference between abs and there's a difference between core. As we've just spoken about Pilates, we should be involving our core, and I have to be very careful with my core anyway. If it's controlled, even doing the leg press, you involve your core, you can lift far heavier.
100%.
So is that abs? No, I don't do abs.
Okay.
But I have abs all the time.
Oh, you do.
I'm very fortunate.
You are.
Yeah.
Bicep.
I train them once a week, maybe 2 sets of 15 bicep because I can't turn this arm around.
What exercise?
I literally do hammers because that's all I can do.
Tricep.
Tricep push downs, single arm extension. Yeah.
Let's see that. Forearms.
That's a man thing.
But
Oh my God,
hey, I'm trying to not
why do
to-
men do their forearms? Oh, literally.
Some of them we don't have a forearm like Lee Priest. That's the size of my calf.
Forearms.
You know, but anyway, I try to not discriminate here. I let the girls have an answer. Hey, trust me, we'll get to the part where guys go, why are you asking me this question? Quads.
Sissy squats, loving sissy squats. We've introduced sort of Smith machine sissy squats. I'm struggling with it because it's putting compression in my spine. So I'm going to have to go back to holding a really heavy dumbbell, but love sissy squats.
Hamstring.
I sound a right whinger. I've got a bit of a torn hammy, so
Do you train?
no, I don't train at all. I just, see, this is the thing. If people listen to this, they go, oh my God, she's got this, she's got that, but she still fucking does it.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
I literally have competed the last three times 2 torn shoulders and a torn hammy and food poisoning. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Well, no, people should be listening. They will be listening. Hamstrings, though, what's the exercise? Is there one?
Hyperextension is my big thing at the moment. I love that feeling of the hyperextension of going down with a curve in your back, coming down with a heavy dumbbell and feeling that whole movement coming back up again. And it's a great one for your lower back and glutes.
All right, just like the forearms for girls, glutes for guys. What's the glute exercise? Do you do glutes?
Well, the men, I train like a man. So do they do glutes and they still got bloody good glutes?
Well, most people say you get
Yeah,
glutes from
squats,
squatting.
absolutely right. So yes, I put them
I know
in.
that.
So I've actually just bought a glute thrust machine for my gym, so that arrived 2 days ago.
Okay.
So because I cannot be bothered
So
setting
we'll
up
be
the
introducing
barbell.
hip thrusts.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well,
For my back.
Yeah. No. Calves.
I can't say that because it's on my programme. So Meg won't be listening to this, but I don't train them because I hate it. They burn.
Just make sure, Chris, we beep this one out.
Oh, they're awful. It makes me feel sick.
It is. I've learned. I've actually. Like Chris has got. Look at his calves. Look at Chris's calves.
Wear high heels.
Yeah, Chris wears high heels though. That's why. Today I don't know what's wrong with him. Like,
Wear your stilettos.
Usually he's got pole dancing shoes on. He's not usually pole dancing shoes on.
That's what's over the curtain.
You should see what he does after. This is nothing. He's got a.
Give him a bit of shortbread and his enemies.
We're not making enough. We're not making enough here, so we prostitute him on OnlyFans, and he does pole dancing.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
and
OnlyFans.
thankfully, I control the bank account, so I make him work really hard.
Apparently, if you do OnlyFans, you'll win your competitions, but I won't go down that route.
It's what's it? It's Meatloaf song. I will do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't get paid for it. People would be throwing the red tomatoes. Put
Tibialis.
your clothes on.
Since you don't do calves, you don't do tibialis. We know that. Okay, where can we find you, Joy? Promote yourself. Where can people find you?
In my kitchen, making sourdough. That's my happy place. So where can you find me? I either literally go from my house in my car, from my car to work, from my work to my car to home.
So where's your gym?
Salamander Bay. So that's where I am, up in a Sleepy Hollow, Salamander Bay. So a lot of
How
Sydneyers.
How many hours is that?
3 hours.
Yeah.
So do you know where Newcastle is?
Yeah.
Obviously Lee Priest is in Newcastle, an hour beyond Newcastle. Yeah, it's a beautiful spot. Absolutely beautiful for a holiday.
Maybe I'll make the trip up
Please
and have a
do.
workout. Yeah, why not?
And walk with my doggies and come and eat my food. There you go.
Done.
Actually,
And
Ria
what-
Gale, who just won Miss Olympia figure, we talk quite a bit because she's being an English girl. And she said the other day, she put up a post the other day saying, where would you like me to come and do posing in the world? And I messaged her privately because we chat quite a bit. And I said, come to me. And she went, will you feed me sourdough? And I went, of course I will. And she went, I'm coming.
So cute. And obviously, what's your IG account? What is that called
Just
again?
Joy A. Well, people call me Joya. It's Joy A for Alison Flint. Joy A Flint. Easy.
Flint.
I'm literally very simple.
Well, being one of the biggest fans of our podcast, and I'm hoping all is revealed, I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Can we keep going? No.
I know, be good.
My husband's probably going, where the hell is she? She doesn't stop talking. No, this has been amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, I thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. So
Likewise,
very blessed.
I'm blessed as well. Thank you.
Hey guys, another podcast done with another wonderful guest. They're all greats, no matter who they are. So, to continue what we're doing and to keep supporting you and bringing the very best, if you could subscribe, hit the notification bell, press like, it only helps us to grow this channel even further. We really appreciate the support. Thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for watching all podcasts. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking.